Good morning, welcome to beautiful Manchester Field. We've got a Gold Coast Intercollegiate Rugby League matchup today. University of San Diego Toreros hosting University of California San Diego Tritons. Looking at about 2 minutes to kick off here. My name's Scott Thomas, assistant coach at the University of San Diego Rugby. Joined by Director of Rugby Kevin Eden. How you doing today, Kev?
Doing well, Scott. It is a beautiful day for rugby out here on Manchester Field. Low 50s. I don't know how to describe the rainfall. I'd say we're about getting an inch an hour right now, probably. Quite a bit of water. We'll see how these teams adapt to the wet conditions. A lot of San Diego locals on both sides of the game here, but San Diego does have a couple boys from the Pacific Northwest. They will consider this home territory.
It should be an advantage for him, Kevin. I tell you what, I picked the wrong day to wear leather pants in the booth, but they look good. They look good, and I made my choice. I'm going to stick with it. Huge shout out to the TVX crew getting us set up here today, keeping us dry so that we can broadcast to you, comfy and cozy in your homes, probably snuggled up on the couch with your wife's boyfriend under one big XL blanket. Keeps everybody warm. And you can just enjoy some nice rugby today. USD's huddled up. Looks like they're ready to get started. The Sir is at midfield. The Tritons looks like they're just getting their jerseys on. We should have some action here for you. We are a bit technologically limited today for the folks back home. We don't have any materials in front of us in terms of technology, trying to keep everything kind of bare bones today so that we can limit the risk in this torrential downpouring rain that we have. So bear with us. You will be able to see more than we can, especially in the replay, the angles, that kind of stuff. Ted's just doing a fantastic job, and Joseph here just doing a really, really fantastic job just to get us set up.
Yeah, Scotty, always appreciate having TVX Sports here, the #1 college rugby broadcaster in the nation. We're so happy to have them here on Manchester Field again. This season, they are the cream of the crop when it comes to rugby broadcasting. Keys to the game today, let's see who can control possession, who can control territory. It's going to be tough to move up and down the field here with ball in hand. So we'll likely see a good amount of kicking from both teams, I would say, in the early stages. Mm-hmm. And it's all about which team reacts better, which team's ready to work, and which team, I guess, Scotty, I would say embrace the suck today. It is wet. It's a little windy. It's going to be not ideal conditions for some of these players. So it's all going to be about who's more ready to compete in these brutal conditions here on Manchester Field. And as you say, brutal, there's probably some viewers tuning in from the East Coast today who are probably laughing at us because it is still mid-50s and rainy. We are a little spoiled out here in San Diego.
It's been said many times, yeah, we're a bit spoiled by the weather out here. This is by no means the worst weather that I've ever played in or I've ever seen for a game, but some interesting note here is that they've actually recently, maybe unfortunately timing, recently resurfaced this turf field down here, Manchester Field. And it looks like we have a little water accumulation on the field, which should dampen the bounce of the ball. So if you watch for kicks today, especially those deep kicks, the ball might not really bounce as much as you're expecting it to on a new turf field because there's a little bit of water saturation on that top layer of the turf, so which might mute a little bit the action that the ball has on the ground. But again, a little limited here technologically, but we're going to do our best, especially if you're a fan of UCSD, to shout out the players on that side as well. We're just trying to keep things as unbiased as possible here to give you a high-quality broadcast, Kev. Looks like we're ready to kick off.
Kickoff is imminent here. USD has been waiting a couple minutes in the rain, so let's see if they're still ready. We unfortunately do not have a roster for UCSD folks, so we will be kind of calling out numbers as best as possible. We apologize if we do not call out player names. We don't know them. USD, we will know the player names because we are obviously involved in the program.
Right you are. Looks like the Sirs checking with the captains, checking with the touch judges. The boys are fired up. We're slopping up the stakes here tonight, Kev.
Nothing better.
Here we go. Kickoff at Manchester Field. Kick is taken by Mickey O'Leary, and a little counter box kick right out of the gate taken by the UCSD player as we have our first contact and ruck of this match.
Good start there from Jake Gerard with the opening tackle. You always want to get that first hit in early, especially in a day like this, Scotty. Just get into the weather. Enjoy it.
Hoovel with a counter kick of his own. Looks like the boys are primed to kick today and just using a little big hit there by Devin Hoovel following his own kick. And he's fired up, and he's got the boys on the sideline fired up as that's a turnover. And it looks like Gerard is taking that in for the next phase of play.
Yeah, good carry there from Shane Jamison after the big tackle from Devin Hoovel chasing his own kick.
Speaking of big carries and big tackles and big hits, that's Michael Ramos rumbling,
Still
bumbling,
going.
and stumbling towards the post there. Mickey O'Leary collects for the next phase as he's our able-handed scrum half today for the University of San Diego, using a very, very quick ball as it's out to the backs, but it unfortunately pops off the hands of Pauly Habib and into the Tritons. It looks like they will utilize their scrum advantage and kick it back away just to get a little bit of breathing room away from their own try line. Hoovel here with the counter run. He might look to kick, he might look to dish. It's a dish indeed, but it's knocked. Unfortunately, looks like we're going to have our first scrum here to UCSD.
Yeah, USD, good start there, but they need to react a little better and understand that these conditions are not very conducive to open, free-flowing rugby. They do have to tighten it up a little bit and just maintain possession. They had a great opportunity out down there in the UCSD 22 early. Would love to see them keep it in tight, try to finish off that phase inside the 22 with some points.
Yeah, a couple quick knocks there by USD. And it'll be UCSD's scrum on the left-hand side of the field. Close to midfield here, about 5 meters from midfield. Just a quick reminder for those at home watching this game, or if you're a UCSD fan, the midfield mark here at Manchester Field is not actually the 50-yard line. It's a little confusing. It's actually the 45-yard line. So you can see what that lighter blue line is. Maybe you can see the cone on the broadcast. I'm not sure. But it's 5 yards off the 50-yard line towards the, I believe it's the south side.
First scrum here, that first one just kind of collapsed there, Scotty. Let's see if either team can exert some early dominance here. Looks like a good opening tight head push from USD.
Indeed, it's a good push from USD, but it's won by UCSD. Played back to the fly half and out to the inside center. That's a good run there. Takes it into contact, brings the ball back, so we'll have a phase of play here for UCSD. The Tritons looks like they have a forward pack out there.
Was that a little knock there, yeah. Good pressure from Felix Morales coming up there.
Yeah, you got it, Kev.
Yeah, I saw a good shove there from the tight head side. That's Shani Fagbani anchoring the scrum for USD. Starting line for USD today at number 1, Torres Capos. Number 2, Cam Madavifar. Number 3, Shani Fagbani. At number 4, Dustin Braun. Number 5, Sam Carlson. Number 6, Shane Jamison. Number 7, Jake Gerard. Michael 8. Number 8, Michael Ramos in the forwards. And we'll get to the backs after this play.
Thanks, Kevin. It's a good attacking scrum there, but it looks like it was just kind of pushed back. There was a good drive here, and we got a little bit of sloppy play as we're going in. But a good broken tackle there by Danny Cern. It looks to dish off to the wing. It might be out there to Pauly Habib as he goes down. And the Toreros look to attack going the other direction now.
Yeah, good initial carry there from Dan Sir in the centers. He is one of the Pacific Northwest players, so I'm not surprised to see him adapting well to these rainy conditions.
O'Leary dishes to Fagbani. Strong tackle there by UCSD. USD's making its way east to west across the field. Give it to Lewis, to Pauly Habib, to Jake Gerard. Takes the hit. Looks like it's dished off there. Unfortunately, popped off the hands of looks like Felix Morales. And it looks like I think we're going to have
knock on by Felix, scrum down, UCSD.
Scrum
yeah,
down.
Again, Scotty, just not adapting to conditions, still throwing some loose passes there in this wet weather. Rounding out the back line for USD, at 9, Mickey O'Leary. At 10, Michael Lewis. 12, Paul Habib. 13, Dan Sir. At 11, left wing, we have Nate Left. At right wing, number 14, Felix Morales. At number 15, Devin Hoovel.
already had a highlight play out of there by Hoovel with that big hit after his chased kick. Do our best here to keep everybody acclimated to this broadcast. Doing our best here to give you the best information as fast as we possibly can. It's a one scrum by UCSD.
Ooh.
Dish back, and it's just slopped all over the place here. USD are looking to pounce on it. They do. It
Sir
looks like it's
gathers
popped into the hands of Sir. And USD will be cleaning up that ruck and looking to attack, counter-attack.
Here's
Ramos with
Ramos.
a strong carry. Has he found the try zone? Maybe not quite. Another face here. Lewis with a dummy, and he's going in again towards the try line, but a little bit short, a little.
Looks like we have a try there, Scotty.
Indeed. It looks like that was Ramos who punched it in after that strong initial carry, Kev.
Yeah, no surprise there. Michael Ramos getting on the board early. This game will certainly favor him and his hard running style. He's putting up the 1, indicating first try of the game. Perhaps he's hungry for more, Scotty, on this Saturday.
He might be. He just might be, Kev. The sir has, he talked to us pre-match here. We had a chance to sit down with the ref today, Kev. Talk to him about some things on the field. And he told us that if the rain picks up, which it looks like it might be, it actually might be too wet for him to keep score on the field. So he's actually asked us to help with his scorekeeping. So we'll be doing that in this booth as well. So right now we have 5-0 for that converted try. Lewis will be looking to add 2 points with this converted kick from the position at which the try was scored in the try zone.
There you go, Blue. Way to start, Torres.
Lewis's first conversion is true, so that will bring a 7-0 advantage to the Toreros here.
Yeah, 7-0 up. Very, very bold of the referee to ask 2 men who cannot count to keep score for him in a league match, above all things. So we'll see how things go at Manchester Field here with these 2 gentlemen here, just doing their best. You know, we can count up to probably 12, 13, Scotty.
I have 10 fingers and 10 toes, so I can go at least 20.
We'll make it work.
How many? I think you have 9 toes after that unfortunate smelting accident.
That's true.
Yeah, so we can go up to 39 perhaps, which is optimistic here, as the Tritons are going to find. Here's that. Yep, the little snafu with that where's that midfield line? It's the 45. You can all get a good shot of it now, as USD will look to collect, reload, and maybe fire back again. I think we had a whistle there from the Sir, Kev. You see what happened?
I think we might have had offside at the kick, I can only imagine.
I see. So perhaps some of those UCSD Tritons were a little too eager in getting that first hit after the kick. Looks like the Sur's given a scrum to USD.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. We might have had just a missed kick on the kickoff there, where, you know, that ball does have to hit the ground on that drop kick, so maybe just a missed kick, and we're resetting play. Either way, USD, let's see what they can do with this attacking platform here. Right on midfield, Scotty, but like we have seen earlier, it's going to be tough to really have a free-flowing backs play here with this wet weather.
Right you are, Kev. But we have a phase there. We have a successful USD scrum, as Paul Habib spring three past the gain line, and takes a couple tacklers with him, as USD is back in business here. O'Leary dishes the ball, dishes it again, slips through the hands into Madiba, who's got a good strong carry there, maybe a high tackle, but the Sur's letting them play on. Into the third phase, a good drag by O'Leary, as I believe that's
Shane Jameson.
That's Jameson there, who's found the try zone. Gingerly places the ball down for the Toreros' second try of the day. That's making it 12-0 Toreros.
Very gentle placement from Shane Jameson there, reminiscent of his try in the Gold Coast Sevens tournament, when he oh so gingerly placed that ball over the try line. Head over to the USD Instagram page, check out the reels, and you'll see Shane's wonder try from the Gold Coast Sevens.
That is USD_rugby on Instagram. Yes, you only do need to apply some downward pressure. You don't need to slam the ball down. You know, you don't need to be mad at the ball. Just a little downward pressure will do. Shane Jameson's telling you, if you're watching the game at home, just how to do it. Lewis with his second conversion attempt. He's 1 of 1 on the day. See if he can convert again. The flags stay down, indicating that it is an unsuccessful conversion attempt. The score will stay 12-0 Toreros. The Tritons will kick it back to USD so that we can reload for another attacking platform. A great run there by Jameson, maybe looking for the ball here on this kickoff. UCSD are coming out with a kind of a split attack here on the kickoff, Kev. Looks like their pack is going to be to the left of the kicker. But the Toreros are kind of split out in their receiving as well, which is kind of interesting, I think. Let's see if we can have a clean kick here. Indeed we do, and it's taken by Jamison. He's going to look to go right into contact and dish it off to Habib. Habib breaks the tackle, and he's in. He's in play. I don't know if there was a whistle.
No,
there was a whistle.
Call for a forward pass there.
I see. It's right on our line, Kevin. What did you see?
It looked very, very debatable there. Obviously, some heavy bias in the broadcast booth here. It did look a little debatable, and it looks like the sir might be a little chattery from the weather here, because I'm not really hearing any whistle up here in the TVX broadcast booth. So I think some of the players didn't as well, because Paul Habib certainly thought he was off to the races there.
I thought there was a little misunderstanding with the colored lines and which one is the sideline, which one's the touch line, excuse me. So I thought we had that going on, but instead we have a UCSD scrum. A little bit of handling there, but Sir's letting him play on as the ball goes out into the Triton's back line for an attacking. Good loop there, and a skip out to the wing as he's looking to beat the USD defense to the edge. Feeds the ball back inside to his fullback.
Good tackle from Nate Leff there.
Great tackle by Nate Leff. Second phase from the Triton's a nice spinorama. Unfortunately, fails to break the gain line. Trying to retain the ball.
Here for UCSD if they can exploit it. Big, punishing hit. That's number one, Tori Capust.
Great hit there. UCSD will kick it away. It's taken back by Nate Leff. A good coverage there, but Devin Hoovel at least able to evade the first tackler. Keeps possession, goes into a ruck, and we have a whistle here. It looks like a penalty to USD. Maybe not supporting the weight there, Kevin, by the Triton counter-ruckers.
Yeah, I think the UCSD counter-rucker, their initial position was good, but he just lost footing there and then wasn't supporting his body weight, and then referee rightly recognizing that as off his feet at the ruck, and we'll have a USD kick to touch now. Again, attacking platform, just 10 shy of their own midfield here. Let's see if we can keep things tight again, Scotty. I think the key to success here for USD and both teams who are attacking here, keep things tight, carry well, and build off that phase over phase.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was I believe it was our first penalty of the day. Lewis did well to find touch on that penalty kick. It will be, I believe it's going to be Madiba throwing into the lineout for the Toreros here.
Yeah, first start of the season for Cam out of EFAR, replacing injured captain Logan Tatum. Excited to have Logan back in a couple weeks. Oh, and looks like we have nods straight. Commentators curse him there. But let's see how USD reacts now with the defensive scrum likely. Or UCSD is actually selecting a defensive lineout now, and all of a sudden a dangerous area of the field.
Yeah, it looks like UCSD has a set play in mind they like to run here. I see the back shifting a little bit. Hoping that they can get the ball cleanly out to their backs and execute this thing. While USD is shifting on their own to get their defensive line set. 10 meters off the line out. Let's see what we have here. The UCSD hooker. Forwards are shifting around. We have a fake and then a full lift up.
That looked less straight than the USD throw, but we're playing
on here to Manchester Field, and it's going to be a messy ball, I believe, won by the Toreros, so ball don't lie there in that situation. Perhaps a nice rumbling run there. Was that Dustin?
Yeah, it was Dustin brought another strong carry.
USD are rumbling here.
Braun again on the carry.
Not held down really in the tackle, but is presenting the ball back. Shaney looks to run again.
Ooh!
Peels off a couple of tacklers and takes more with him down to ground. As O'Leary collects the crumbs, dishes it to his fly half, Mickey O'Leary, with a great kind of looping run here and a great dummy. It looks like the 9 is in, so Lewis will play the ball out. Ramos is rumbling and running and just trying to do a little bit of sorcery here as he's taking some defenders with him towards the try line.
Yeah, look for USD to keep things in tight now, see if they can add to the score line.
It looks like they have, Kevin. Indicated so by the sir.
Late call there by the sir, but we do have a try for USD. Can't tell who put that down. We have Cam Matavifar. Looks like he's lightly celebrating.
It's hard to tell who put that down, Kev, but either way that makes it 17-0 USD. It'll be a tough conversion attempt for Lewis. He's 1 for 2 on the day. The boys look like they're having a little bit of fun early, Kev.
Yeah, good start, and it's always a little more fun when the weather is a little tough like this, tough game conditions, to be obviously on top of the scoreline early.
Lewis sends his conversion attempts. Looks like just on the wrong side of the post again. Unfortunately, that's a tough attempt. It's going to keep the score 17-0 USD Rugby. Lewis moves to 1 and 3 on try conversion attempts today. It'll be USD's ball again as UCSD are coming back to the line to kick back the ball to the Toreros. Some energy coming from the sideline here under the trainer's tent, Kev.
Yeah, always good to have the teammates hyping you up here when you're out there on the field in these conditions, and I'm sure that some of these USD subs are hoping that they can get in and make an impact. Probably a lot more fun to be on the field than off the field right now for the guys just kind of sitting around and waiting in the rain to play.
As is typically the case. UCSD sent a kick. It must go 10. It does not go 10. It's picked up by, looks like, one of the props for UCSD, so we'll have a center scrum again to USD. We do have B-side action following today's A-side match, Kevin.
Yes, USD Bees will be taking on Cal Lutheran. Cal Lutheran, a very strong side from just north of LA, graciously coming down here on this rainy Saturday to give us a great game. That'll be following this game immediately, right around 11:20. We're expecting kickoff for that, so do stay tuned after this broadcast to see that second game.
Yeah, we've got some high-flying action coming at you today on this rainy Saturday. USD are collected for the scrum here at midfield. Looks like they've secured it. It's a clean ball for O'Leary. Gives it straight to Pauly Habib, who's showing for the pass. Gives it to Felix Morales, who's taking a couple tacklers with him, gaining more yardage. Reloading to Ramos. Running through tacklers as he does as well. Takes 3 men to bring him down. O'Leary's looking at both sides for attack. As we're looking, a great tip there and some space there. Smithers will send a grubber down towards the sideline, but it's collected by UCSD. They will give a counterattack here. It looks like one of their forwards has picked up the ball and has looked to run for space, unfortunately unable to find any. The Tritons will reset from the ruck, from their 9. A great kind of wide pass there, but a big hit, it looks like, by number 8, Michael Ramos, as the ball's kind of slipped around there. We have a Triton down in the field near his own post. UCSD are moving the wrong direction, and it's a penalty given to USD, Kev.
Great poach there by Paul Habib. Ramos coming up, making a couple big tackles there, and then Habib rightly recognizing that support was not there and getting over that ball, winning the penalty right in front of the post. Let's see what USD does here. Let's see if maybe we go for points, maybe a nice set move here to punch the score and maybe get 7 points.
I don't think Shaney's going to kick. Okay, but he will pass. It looks like it's a latch play here, maybe a little set play. Hasn't been successful for
Blue.
It has been. It looks like a great set piece there to convert the try.
Great try there. Jake Gerard with the put down. Looks like we went Shaney Fagbeni over to Dustin Brown, who popped just off the shoulder to Jake Gerard, who trundled in for another 5 points. Let's see if Michael Lewis can convert this. Yeah,
Lewis should be happy with the placement of this ball. It should make it a easier conversion attempt for him. But we do have a score of 22-0 USD. Not sure what minute we're in.
Right.
Let me estimate.
That can't be right, Scott.
22-0? It is. Has to be. 22-0.
I can't count.
We're probably in the 20th minute here. 22-0. 4 tries, 1 converted. As I came to my own quick defense here, let's see if Lewis can make it 24. He does. Flags go up. Lewis is 2 for 4 on conversion of the day, making it 24-0. USD Rugby about the halfway mark of this first half here in Manchester Field.
Yeah, 20 minutes in at this point, the players have acclimated to this game. They're all wet. They're all in the rain. They've all slid across this wet, slippery turf at Manchester at this point. Let's look and see how this next 20 minutes goes. I'd expect UCSD to come out firing after this kickoff, see if they can get the ball, play a little bit more possession, play in the right areas of the field. Would love to see them work their way up and challenge that USD try line.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You want to see a little possession here. That's the key word. Just get the ball. You know, it's difficult after you kick it away, but you want to possess the ball. get some meterage in the right direction. Get your forwards going. Get everyone a little warmed up because it's a lot more fun to play offense than defense. Still, though, the rules are the rules, and we have the kick from UCSD. To Shane Jamison, who breaks his first tackle, breaks his second tackle, and he's going down the sideline here. Can he break one more tackle? He can. Will he go all the way and flop it around? But Jamison's going to cruise. He's going to go under the post, and he's going to dive on top of the ball for a kick return. Little Devin Hester there, Kev.
Like Devin Hester for younger viewers, a little Cordero Patterson there with the straight kickoff return. Shane Jamison, very, very exciting player for USD, has come on leaps and bounds this season, playing at that loose forward position. He's got the speed of a back with the size of a forward. Very difficult combination for defenses to deal with.
Absolutely, compared to me, who had the size of a back and the speed of a forward when I played. Speed of a slow forward, I'd say, even maybe a tight end prop. But a great run there by Shane Jamison, making the score 29-0 USD. No, that's not exactly what we were just talking about before the kickoff, Kevin. Let's see if UCSD can come back and then now try to get some possession. Now try to get some ball in the hand. As the conversion is true. Making it 31-0, thank you. Probably the 22nd minute or so.
Yeah, USD with a strong start has secured a bonus point for scoring 4 tries in this game. So no matter what, USD is getting points out of this game. Let's hope they can maintain this strong offensive output for the next 60 or so minutes. Let that convert to a win, and then we'll get that 5-point win. That is what every team wants and desires out of that league play match.
Right you are there, Kevin. We do have our 5 tries for burgers and fries, so go on down to Five Guys Burger tomorrow.
And pay full price for a medium-sized cheeseburger. That is something that you do not get anywhere else in the country. USD Rugby scores 5 tries, go to Five Guys, full-price cheeseburger on a Sunday.
Free peanuts, though.
Free peanuts.
Free peanuts. If you mention the promo code, which is Noodle Bag.
Shout out Noodle Bags. Noodle Bags would actually be a great call today out here in this wet weather.
I'm wearing mine under my leather pants. So you just say the magic word and it's happening.
We'll get there.
Oh, and a quick programming note, our charity car wash has been canceled. As UCSD kicks to USD, collected there. Jake Gerard with another breaking tackle. Run here, a good return, but a great tackle by the fullback. It's very, very difficult being the last line of defense there, but that was a short-handed tackle there, preventing back-to-back return tries. Ramos with a hard run of his own. He's complaining about a high tackle as he's – okay, he gets the call. The sir agrees. He kind of just stopped running, turned to the sir and said, that's a high tackle. The sir agreed. Blew up, no advantage. We're just gonna call the penalty there.
That is
with a
just
great
staying in touch.
A good fend there by the UCSD returner as he's cutting across east to west. But a good tackle there as the ball's down here. It's slopping all around for the Tritons. It's taken back by USD. That's Morales there is corralling the ball down into contact, winning it down and back for his scrum half. And it's a penalty given to USD. It's to be a very difficult position for UCSD to defend. Looks like they'll be backed up to their own try line there. Kevin, what'd you have for us?
I'd say they're going to go with another set play probably here. They like that first one that they went. Let's see if there's maybe a variation of that. And it's just Shaney carrying strong.
Showing that he can pass the ball and also can run with it. And has he converted the try?
It looks like we do have a try there. I believe that was just a straight carry from Shaney Fagbani. That's his first try this season. One of USD's more important players anchoring that scrum at the tight head prop position. You'll see Shaney, one of the bigger guys on the field. If you can believe it, this player frequently plays 80 minutes, pushes through, guts it out. Absurd feats of fitness, strength, power, and athleticism from Shaney Fagbani every Saturday.
Absolutely. Kudos to Shaney. He's absolutely earned that try there. Although it wasn't really maybe the most beautifully X's and O's standpoint.
That's beautiful rugby right there, straight north and south.
That's American rugby for you. That's American
baby.
College rugby for you.
That's it, baby.
It's effective. You can't, you're judged by your results in sports, and the result was a try. And you know what, Kevin? I think that first set piece that they had almost set that play up. So that first set piece, Shaney looked like maybe he'll run with, but he dished it off to another forward. Right there, maybe UCSD thought that another dish was going to come, but
great
instead,
kick. That's Mike Lewis from outside the numbers here. Really good nudge.
Yeah, he'll be 4 of 6 for conversions here. I believe that's making the score 38-0. I'm going to get a little double check here from the booth official. But I believe that's going to be 6th try, 4 of which have been converted. By my math, that's 38-0 as we're going into the 27th minute.
Another missed kick, and it has gone 10, so UCSD can play it.
They do play it, and they nudge it down into the USD try line. All they need was a little bit of downward pressure, but O'Leary gets there first. That's a good sliding play there to touch the ball down. It looks like they're going to have either a
goal line drop here for USD.
Kick.
Great awareness. I like that from UCSD, just pouncing on the ball right when it went 10, and then I like that little kick through. That's a great option. With the new rules here, Scotty, which I'm sure you can explain to the viewers, but I'll go ahead and do it.
50-22.
When the ball is kicked into the try zone and that defending team touches it down, it is now a goal line dropout rather than a 22. Oh, that might have been a touch high.
We have penalty to UCSD. I think fortunately for Morales, the card is staying in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think the ref got a great view of that. That was, it's one of those plays where the player was ducking into it, but the tackler just had to be a little more responsible there.
Yeah.
Penalty will play on, kick to the corner, and here we go now. We have UCSD with an attacking opportunity in the opposition 22 for the first time.
Absolutely right, as the Tritons check to make sure all their teeth are still in place. We're going to have a line out. And in true fashion, Kevin, yes, that was a goal line drop, not a 50-22.
It's close. It's part that
rules.
was part of new rules. 50-22 is a rule. So
These are rules.
You did correctly quote a rule, so we're making progress.
Yep. Just a classic knock-on, right? So here we go. We have UCSD with a inside of the 22-meter area attacking line-out. Looks like they're going with a 5-man line-out here. Let's see what the forward shift is going to do here as Jameson looks to contest. Torres is the coverage man here. He's just ready for any overthrows or anything in the back pod. And it looks like it's coming to the back pod. Let's see if Torres will collect that overthrown ball. Cleans it up for the Toreros, and just like that, the Toreros are back on attack. Couple of forwards out there just waiting for the ball to crash in, break some tackles as they do. That's Jake Gerard with a couple of broken tackles down into contact, and a good secured latch ruck there by Cam Madiba. And it looks like there's penalty advantage here as Dustin brings the ball into another strong carry into contact. USD are playing with advantage here, elect to kick it away. It is unfortunately knocked by the UCSD fullback, and we have a whistle there by the sir.
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen thus far from the UCSD fullback. I think he's been one of their standout players. Just tough kick to deal with. When you're coming out of that ball at pace, that's already a tough play for fullback to make. But in this weather, with a little bit of swirling wind, that's a really tough pass, a kick to gather there. Just a little bit of a knock on. And then again, we have a good attacking opportunity for USD. Let's see what they can do here.
Absolutely. Looks like Felix Morales opened his ear up on that high tackle.
Ooh, yeah, a little blood there. Get that dealt with at halftime.
The sir spots that will probably make Morales go off for a blood sub. As the scrum is collected and won and subsequently knocked, unfortunately, by Pauly Habib, it will be UCSD's scrum. About 10 meters into their own half. Lots of knock-ons here, unfortunately, as expected, due to the inclement weather.
So again, UCSD put in at the scrum. They do have that wide short side. Let's see if they can exploit that. USD obviously does have flanker and Michael Ramos likely covering that side, but UCSD should have a numbers advantage if they do swoop to that side. Looks like they have a big ball carrier in the centers there who's looking like he might be ready to carry.
Right you are, Kevin. Big old unit. Love to see that on the field. Rugby's an every-man game.
Go blue!
Scrum is won back cleanly by UCSD, and it looks like we're going to have an 8-man pick going on the weak side there. I believe that's an 8-man. I think he's wearing the number 12. It's hard for me to tell, but that's a good clean phase won by UCSD, but blocked by the body of Sam Carlson, to look like.
Yeah, it looked like off the rump of Sam Carlson there, and he tried to get up onto that ball and kick it. UCSD player died on it before, but it looks like Michael Lewis got over that ball in a great poach position. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen walking home, you're probably not going to find a 10 in the nation who does a better job at poaching the ball than Michael Lewis. He plays like a flanker wearing the 10 shirt. Really, really valuable player for this team, and you'll see it right there. He just gets in over that ball, gets a clean poach, and then puts USD in a great attacking position.
Right you are, and the Toreros will have a very dangerous attacking line out here about 10 to 15 meters. Probably 10 meters from the try line. Maybe another set piece here, Kevin.
Yeah, it looks like we do have Felix Morales just getting attended to, getting that blood wiped off on the side here by our fantastic trainer, Alice. I think USD probably keeping the ball in tight, so, you know, Felix Morales in the right wing here, he might as well be up here in the broadcast booth for what it's worth.
But Ramos there with a charging run following the win from the lineout. The Sir is looking for the placement.
We have another try.
We have it there. Michael Ramos converts the try following that correct lineout by the USD Toreros, making the score 43-0. Toreros here in the first half.
Yeah, folks, just USD dominating possession and territory here. If you're UCSD or any team, if you're on the wrong side of both territory and possession, it's going to be a long day. Michael Ramos just peeled off the back of the line out there. Didn't even really get that maul set, but he is a powerful, hard-charging runner, and he was helped over the line by his teammates for another USD score.
The interesting thing about that play, Kevin, looks like it was almost like a dummy maul, right? So almost like kind of like a fake jab there. Like, I'm going to jab, I come with the cross. Oh, we're going to maul. Just kidding. We're going to peel out right there, and it's Ramos you got to deal with. So you might have your big boys already committed, ready to defend that maul that you were expecting, but instead you have the hardest
Another
runner.
great kick by Michael Lewis, Scotty.
A great conversion there by Lewis. I believe that makes him 5 of 7. Making the score is at 45. It's 45-0 Toreros. It's an impressive first half line here. Score line, and you know what, Kevin? Since we have that B-side game, Coach Charlie Purdy may elect to bring some players off the bench in the second half, but he may not.
Yeah, I think we'll see some players come in for that second half to make an impact. You know, players can obviously contribute in both that A-side and B-side game. Look for the bench to be emptied in that second half, and as we've mentioned earlier this year, the USD team has some outstanding depth this season. So look for some of these players that are coming off in the second half. There's not going to be a big drop-off, folks. We'll have some subs coming in, but they're going to be just as good as their first-team counterparts that are starting this game.
Right, you are. Gerard makes a couple of strong moves to elude some defenders, but another good tackle by the UCSD fullback in that last line of defense to make sure that the try is not converted. As Surig is a little dummy, a little wiggle, and then a pop out to Nate Leff on the wing, who's making a very dangerous move here, knifing through the Triton defense and going into the try zone, dotting the ball down for his first try of the game, putting the Toreros over the 50-point mark here in the first half, Kevin.
Nate Leff is a dangerous player. He is an exceptional finisher. We've seen that all across league play. He's averaging 2 tries per league game so far this season. If he stays in the game the full second half, I'd expect him to add on one more at least. He is one of the faster and more elusive players you'll see in the Southern California area. Keep an eye out for Nate Leff for the next 4 years here at USD.
And a great setup by Danny Sir there as well, Kevin. A little shake and bake, shake, rattle, and roll there by Sir to fix it. And it looked like 2 defenders. Juked one man, dummied, went into contact, and then gave the offload to Leff, who did the rest.
Converted again by Lewis. We have 52-0 here in this first half.
Shout out Ray Lewis, friend of the program. Not an alum, just like Jenny Craig, just a friend of the program.
Just loves to be around it.
Just loves the sport. Loves the sport. UCSD is reloading once again. Bring the ball back to the midpoint line. Probably under 10 minutes left in the first half. Trying to get some more possession. Trying to be a little bit more sure in those tackles so they can commit fewer defenders into everything and just try to get set up here to prevent USD from parading down the field once more. Ball's collected after a bobble by Felix Morales. Breaks the tackle of his own. It's down to one man. Charge through this time, and Morales is going to take this one the distance. Dives under the post for his try. The bandaged man. Breaks a couple of tackles there as the water comes back out. The boys are probably well hydrated at this point with all the rain and all the tries.
Yeah, Felix Morales extended time away from the pitch due to injury end of last season and through the fall semester. He is clearly excited to be back on the field. His first start for USC since that injury, and I think UCSD just has to come up and make that first tackle. Their defense is holding up pretty well when they come up and make that first tackle, make USD run phases. But if they continue to miss that first line of defense after a kickoff, it's going to be a long day for UCSD. Yeah,
you're asking a lot of the fullback at that point. You know, he's been shorthanded a number of tackles, but you never really want to come to that point as Lewis converts another try, making it 59-0 by my count. Thank you, Joseph. Confirming 59-0, as I believe we're in the 37th minute.
Yeah, I think, you know, for UCSD, you'd like to see them just get like I said earlier, a first tackle after this kickoff, get into halftime, regroup a little bit, catch their breath, come out in the second half, and play with the ball a little bit. They obviously haven't had much of the ball in this first half. See if they can play with a little possession in the second half. And again, like we said, no matter who you are, you want to see UCSD get in the right areas of the field and put some points on the board in the second half.
Right, you are, and it's a game of two halves. You know, crazy things have happened, and you can never take your foot off the gas pedal if you're USD. You can't underestimate these Tritons. They're tough. They're tough guys. They're out here. They're playing the game. They're working hard. They're going up a little bit too far this time. They should be at the 45-yard line, which they are correctly doing so. Let's see what we have here on the kickoff from the Tritons.
Backwards from K-Boost.
Lewis has set up a little bit of a wall. Looks like we're going to have a kick here from Michael Lewis. We do. Finds a little bit of space. The ball bounces into the hands of Nate Leff. Nearly knocked, but instead we have a nice strong run. Dished off to Daniel Sir. Breaks a tackle. Going into contact. USD has the ball back in a strong attacking platform. Ramos with a strong charging run of his own. Needs to find support from his teammates and does. Another phase here. Here's Shaney Fagnani. On a strong run, looks like he's brought down by the jersey. We're playing on. Another pick and go from USD here as we're going into our multiple phase play. The ball might have been coming out, and it looks like it was dived on by UCSD. Unfortunately, no, that's not the case. Little shake and wiggle from Devin Hoovel as he goes down into contact again. We're going to have another phase by USD. Can they punch it in? This ball's bobbling all over the place like a greased watermelon, but we have another phase here by USD. That might have been Torres. It might have been someone else. It was someone else. I apologize. But we're getting a little bit of nasty, dirty play here from the USD Toreros. Picks and goes and some deceit and almost a conversion try. Do we have it? We do. Kevin, that might have been Mickey O'Leary.
I think that was Mickey O'Leary with the cheeky 9 pick off the base of the ruck. He says, hey, forwards, you've been picking and going all day. How about the scrum half gets a try?
Yeah. Classic back move there. Forwards do a lot of the nasty, dirty play. They get the ball right there. And then here's a back. Oh, is it time to score a try? I think
gotta get on the score sheet every once in a while, Scotty.
I think it's my time. But no, well done there by Mickey O'Leary. He saw some space. He took it. He converted. Most importantly, bringing the score to 64-0. Lewis lines it up. Misses this conversion, unfortunately. Keeping the score 64-0 as we are here now at halftime.
We're going to take a little bit of a break here, Scotty, just as we consult with some of our coaches and the team, and we will be back in just 5 minutes for second half action here at Manchester Field.
Stay tuned. See you soon. Back here at Manchester Field for the second half of this league matchup. USD Toreros with a commanding 64 love lead at half. Looking to keep their foot on the gas pedal here as the rain is continuing to do the same. Shout out to Ted, Joseph, his crew at TVX Sports, keeping us dry, keeping this broadcast going. Any of you have studied electrocurrencies in the past, they know that electricity and water do not mix well. But he's just done a great job in getting us all situated, getting us all set up here as USD kicks off. Collected by the UCSD 12 here as a good, strong return. USD's calling their defense to the right to defend this first phase by UCSD in the second half. Ball spun out there to one of the backs, and it looks like USD's able to drive this attacker back where he came from. They're going to reload and get another set there, but whenever you have to reset there, it just gives the defense such an advantage here. A nice, strong rumbling run by, it looks like their tight head prop. UCSD, another phase, they're electing to kick away in a box formation. Ball's going to bounce, which you never want to see in rugby, but Ramos collects it, and he's immediately pounced on by a UCSD defender. We have a penalty there to UCSD for holding on to the ball. Must present that ball back, Kevin.
Yeah, good counter there from UCSD. USD just slow to react to that box kick. As you said, Scott, you don't want to let that ball bounce. Ramos did well to collect it, but just no support there reacting to that bouncing ball.
Looks like UCSD will elect to kick for touch so that they can get that attacking line out. That's exactly what they've elected to do. Flag goes up as the ball finds touch. Looks like they're going to keep with that, maybe that five-man line out. USD will match numbers and defend.
Yeah, looks like we have a substitution for USD at halftime. Shani Fagbeni exiting the game after a great first half. And Hunter into the game for the first time. Big Hunter, new player, big unit. Let's see how he does in this first team action.
Shout out Hunter Thompson, not to be confused with Hunter S. Thompson, the actor.
Correct.
But Hunter Thompson will be in the game. Probably his first USD Rugby A-side action, Kev.
Correct.
Front pod lifter in this lineout. See what they do. UCSD is electing to go to their back pod, but it is collected again by Torres Capus. Into contact. It's going to be USD ball here with a whistle. Penalty given. Maybe, was that offsides, Kevin?
I think he might have just been, again, in the ruck, kind of not supporting his body weight there for UCSD.
Thank you for that clarification. This is going to be USD's kick now. Lewis finds touch, so it will be USD's attacking line out there. But that was a couple of shimmers of good attacking rugby there by UCSD. It was a good halftime adjustment there. Unfortunately, they find themselves back inside of their own 22-meter line. Defending a line out here by USD. Let's see if they have some kind of set piece here. But first, we'll need a straight line-out throw by Cam Madiba.
Yeah, wet, slippery ball there, so makes his job quite a bit tougher.
Going up in the front, do we have a clean ball? Sir, lets it go. A little bit of a ball piece.
Ooh, USD losing it a bit. Looks like we have a little off-the-ball stuff.
Oh, a little nasty, little...
little off the ball there, a little shoulder bump, little, hey, how's your father?
The ball's taken to contact and into ground. The collected run by, looks like it was Jake Girard. O'Leary is organizing his trumps there. But a great counter. Unfortunately, it was not legal.
I think the initial counter was legal there, Scotty, but then as Mickey O'Leary was going to collect the ball there at 9, the UCSD player just came in a little high and took him.
But I love seeing that aggression from UCSD. They're ready to play some rugby. You know, they're bumping up shoulders with our boys. They're not backing down from the challenge.
Get up and bump stuff, see what happens.
We might have a little bumping coming up here as Torres looks like he's going to tap. He's going to collect. He's going to go into contact. Good. I saw some good 4-point stance tackling there by UCSD. And then we have some little hijey-doozy. A little bit of a ramble-ham-ham-dam as we're going hands down the line here. May have been knocked. Collected by UCSD. A strong tackle from Felix Morales. But it's UCSD ball here as they're looking to get out of their own half. Are they going to kick? They will carry. A nice little spinorama, but into a double tackle.
Yeah, he does like that spin move, that number 12 there. And I think if that interior defense is a little lazy, that's a good move. But with that defense rushing up like that, it's a little difficult for him.
Wiggle and kick, and Nate Leff will collect on the sideline. Beat the first man. Look to dish. Smithers marches out of a tackle, loses the ball. Happy feet, wombo combo. Oh, it's knocked. It'll be a knock on here. UCSD put in the lineup. Looks like Smithers might have gotten stepped on too.
Yeah, the rare self-inflicted spill knock on there from Michael Lewis. It's going to happen in this weather. Ball security remains key in the second half.
Absolutely paramount. O'Leary, good piece of sportsmanship there. Hands the ball to the opposing 9. It's going to be UCSD put in of the scrum. We're going to go on the other side here.
Looks like a little bit of cat and mouse here with Mickey O'Leary in the opposing 9. Mickey O'Leary absolutely alpha there by the UCSD 9. Force him to go the other line. Sight, come back to the other side. Mickey O'Leary might need a couple games to recover from that.
A little game within the game action here. Put in is true by UCSD. Picked for the weak side by the 8-man. Looks to dish, but unfortunately there's no one there. Has this been poached?
Yes.
Yes.
Great initial tackle there from Jake Girard. That 8 pick coming around the corner. Jake G with that great initial tackle, and Michael Ramos pouncing on the ball.
You need the support there if you're going to do that 8-man pick. That weak side flanker support is so crucial there to prevent that situation. Ramos brings in 3 tacklers into that charging run, and we have a little peel and pop off to Kamadiba, who might have been losing his shorts. Fortunately for us in the broadcast booth, they stay on as we have another charging run. I think that's Torres, Kevin.
Torres Capos again with a good carry. Big open side here for USD.
With an overlap, Pauly Habib is going to convert the try. Bringing the score, I believe we have a 69-0 scoreline here, Kevin.
69-0. Let's hope that Michael Lewis can convert to prevent any severely immature jokes from our fan base watching. Let's see if Michael Lewis can get the score up to 71-0 with this conversion.
It's a big conversion kick here for Michael Lewis. But let the memes be memes. Shall live on forever. Looks like Lewis, unfortunately, Kevin, is opting not to use the kicking tee. Perhaps he's aware of the scoreline, but perhaps not.
Nudge!
Converts that kick outside of the numbers, no kicking tee.
Pretty impressive drop goal there from Lewis. We're going to 71-0 here in the second half for USD.
Absolutely, absolutely there, and it was a good phase of play there by USD. Bring the ball out wide, exploiting that overlap. Pauly Habib dots it down for his first try of the day. But we've seen some good aggression here from UCSD to start the second half, Kevin. There's no quitting these guys.
No, again, UCSD, I think they looked a little more positive there with ball in hand there, but again, they've now brought it back to the possession, right? I think we've got 50-50 possession so far, but they're playing the wrong area of the field. The territory is what's really hurting them now in the second half.
Right, you are, as we're going to look to kick here again from the 45, which is our midfield line. USD is scattered in reception. Good high kick there from UCSD.
Bobbled by Pauly Habib. It looks like it went backwards.
Went backwards, collected there, brought into contact. USD retains possession here. Brought back to Lewis.
Ooh,
and
charge
a great
down.
charge down, blocked kick, and collected. Big fella there did the work. Good for him. It will be UCSD ball. Psych, it might be coming back to USD.
Great counter ruck there by the Toreros.
That's old school counter rucking, Kevin. That's how we used to do it when I played. Well, not me personally, but the team I was on.
Guys who were good that you played with on your team. Yeah, I gotcha.
Not me, but a guy I knew. And a penalty there to USD.
Well, not a guy you knew, but you could imagine.
You can imagine what it would be like. Yeah, no, totally.
I understand.
Shout out
Scott.
Boston College Eagles. Believing they're playing the Liberty Conference these days. As the penalty kick finds touch, so it will be USD's throw into the lineout. Kevin, while we're doing shout-outs, I think we should shout out the USD Women's Rugby Club team.
Oh, absolutely. USD Women's Rugby officially a team on campus as of this semester. Very excited to see them hit the field. Hopefully later this semester we'll have some games in the schedule. Do look out for notices from us and them on social media for their first game. Very exciting stuff here at USD as the women's rugby team comes into fruition, and we're excited to see how they do in their first games.
Absolutely. Special shout out to Delaney, who's just doing a wonderful job getting everybody organized, getting everybody going, finding the right people on campus to get this going. They're finding their coaching staff. It's just so exciting to watch this growing up from the grassroots. And we're going to be keeping a very close eye, and we're going to keep our support as USD. The men are coming down here playing the game. Nate Leff is is charging down here, trying to find the return man, but it looks like that was Pauly Habib on the coverage tackle. As a quick second phase is happening here. UCSD are running it out of their own, trying to get out of their own 22-meter line area as the ball's coming back to the 9. I think we're going to have a clearance kick to here. We will. But unfortunately, looks like he's going to go stay in touch and go right to Nate Leff, who's collecting the ball, makes his first man miss. Second man miss as well. Going to burn to the speed on the edge there, and a second try by Nate Leff.
All reliable. Nate Leff in 2 tries. Name a better combo. I'll wait, Scott.
Lamb and tuna fish.
Great sandwich.
Goes together. Nate Leff and 2 tries goes together like lamb and tuna fish. But I think we might. Okay, hold on a second here, Kev. We have a contested. There's maybe a little complaining out of the UCSD captains. Maybe something that Sir missed. Maybe something that we missed. But as the try goes into the record books, we do have Leff's second try, keeping him on pace for his league converted total and his average. As Lewis is looking to convert yet another kick. Current scoreline 76-0 Toreros. Tough conversion here by Lewis. Gathered. Sends the ball off the tee. It is online. Does it have the distance? It does.
He's got his kicking shoes on today, Scotty. Another great conversion there
that was
from Michael Lewis. Maybe we just got to grease that ball up before the game. That seems to be the key for him. Is he is more comfortable kicking in this wet and windy weather. He has been absolutely lethal with his foot today.
Right you are. We might need to keep a box fan and some KY jelly in our travel kit as we're looking to keep him in his element here. He's done his wonderful job. I lost track of his converted line, but we do have a 78-0 score line here in the second half. Unfortunately, I just don't have the math skills either to try to figure out how you can get to a score of 78. I just don't have it.
I did see TJ Reed, USD Hall of Famer, pull up here. If we can maybe get him into the booth to compute, he might know.
Hall of Fame rugby player, Hall of Fame engineer. As the kick, it looks like it's gathered by UCSD.
Yeah, that is an area that UCSD has done well. Just that kick bouncing right into the 10-meter area. Oh, Shane Jamison, this is developing play here at Manchester Field. Shane Jamison has gathered a loose ball and looks to be in for another score for USD.
Indeed, you're right, Kevin. He does put it down for USD. I don't know what happened there, but it looked like it was a good, clean one ball by UCSD. But it was a good fundamental run down the field. He kept, despite having a clean break, he kept 2 hands on the ball all throughout.
I think UCSD just had a pick off the back there, and that ball just spilled out, perhaps out of the ruck directly into Shane Jamison's hands, and he trundled in for another score for him. That's a hat trick for Jamison, is it not, Scott? For us counting at home, maybe you can help us out, but I think that's his 3rd.
I think that is 3 for Shane Jamison. Well done, Shane Jamison. And thank you, Joseph, for providing the feedback technology here in the booth.
And looks like Michael Lewis has generously handed off kicking duties to Mickey O'Leary to let Mickey figure out how he looks from the tee.
We have a second substitution here, Kevin. We have Hunter, different Hunter.
Hunter Lysholm coming onto the field, replacing Torres Capo. So we will have 2 rookie props in the game for USD. Let's see what they do in the scrum, but 2 very exciting players for USD. I'm sure they'll do great in open play, but we'll see how they do at those technical things, the little things that might be a little more difficult for a young prop to pick up.
O'Leary converts the try, and a wonderful shift there by Torres. His dad is there to greet him on the sideline and give him a little pat on the back, saying, "Proud of you, son." Isn't that a great moment? Shout out to our fans here. You know, I see one gentleman here who has a big old, looks like a Tommy Bahama umbrella. He's sitting in a nice lawn chair. He's comfortable.
That does look nice, but that is not secured to the ground in any way. So the forearm strength this gentleman is exhibiting to hold on to this heavy-looking umbrella for going on 50-plus minutes now.
Yeah.
Scotty, we might have to recruit this guy.
We might need to get a good – he's got a great forearm workout going here. And completing the ensemble, the Rain Kit ensemble, is the trash bag covering his legs. He's staying dry here. You know, if it's dumb and it works, it ain't dumb.
That's a professional move, I'd say, Scotty, to give the trash bag over the legs. You know, that Tommy Bahama umbrella, it's sizable, but it's not covering 100% of his feet.
Big old Tommy Bahama umbrella.
He's got that nice, classic black 10-gallon trash bag covering the legs, the feet. he's probably doing a lot better than I am in this weather.
Yeah, shout out to anybody who made the trip out here. But again, to you, you're comfy, you're cozy, you're staying wherever you are. Unfortunately, there for UCSD, the kick did not travel 10 meters, so we're going to have a USD scrum in midfield as the Hunter props. We need a nickname for when these two Hunters are on the field here, Kev. We got two rookie Hunters at prop. And they're going to be tested in their first attacking scrum here right in midfield. Oh, it looks like they've heard us on the field there. Yeah, the fans are hearing our broadcast from earlier, our comments on their ensemble there in the rain. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the fans that are out here today on Manchester Field enduring the elements that we're not used to here in sunny San Diego.
We could have been talking about anybody with an umbrella. So they don't know it's them. The sidelines here at this rainy Manchester Field, you can't see it in the broadcast, but there's several thousand fans.
Yes, just
littered
behind,
just behind the view of the camera.
Just out
here
of
in
the
this
view.
Rainy Saturday. San Diego famously known for fans that come out rain or shine to sporting events.
Yes.
So, it could be anybody.
It could be anybody here. As Lewis collects the ball from the one scrum, well done by the Hunter combo up in the front line. Ooh. As the ball is collected, we're going to play on here in Manchester Field. A great defensive scurry there by the Toreros as they're putting UCSD on their back heels here, close to their own try line, trying to just suffocate as the python does to its prey. UCSD are kicking a nice line drive, getting a little bit of clearance out of their own try zone, as it looks like Lewis will collect the ball, trying to find and exploit any space here. And we're electing to box kick up. Nice, high, tall ball, as that is not collected cleanly. But it is collected by Daniel Sir and dotted down for the try. Sir, yes, sir.
Dan, sir, Pacific Northwest, those solid Northwestern hands, Scotty, just collecting that ball, diving in for the score. The message from Charlie Purdon, I could tell, half a bit of a chance to speak with Chaz at halftime. And he did mention the fact that USD wants to work on their kick chase in the second half and really work on that defensive pressure, that defensive line. And you'll see it right there. Sometimes a well-placed kick might be the very best offense you have if you're getting that ball back, Scotty.
Right, you are. As we have another substitution here, Kev. I think Felix is done for the day. A wonderful shift by Felix Morales, who's coming off the field now. And I'm just trying to get
Felix Morales off. Jackson Short entering the game. Jackson Short has been starting games thus far this season at the Toreros. So, again, like we said, folks, the bench is going to come on in the second half, but the players on the bench are really just as good as his first side players. So we have some very, very exciting and lethal players coming to the game in the second half for USD.
More difficult conversion attempt here for Mickey O'Leary. Running that hash mark on the line, on the numbers. Measured, struck. It just stays on the near side of the post, unfortunately, so the score will stay where it is, which is 90-0, USD Toreros, as we're in approximately the 58th, 59th minute here, Manchester Field. Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah, we'll see how we finish off these last 20 or so minutes here, Scotty. I think UCSD and USD, hate to see, but they might agree to call this game a little early and just get on to this next game with Cal Lutheran, because all these USD boys who have come onto the game, they'll be playing a full 80 for the second game, so they've got plenty of time. We'll see how long these UCSD boys want to go for. Obviously, you always like to see guys playing for pride in the second half of a game like this, but to a certain extent, when the scoreline gets to about the 100, there's not a whole lot of point in continuing the game, so we'll see if we do go the full 20, or, folks watching home, if you see this game end a bit early, don't be terribly shocked here.
I didn't know that was a thing. As the kick is collected well by Dustin in an ankle-breaking move here as he's in space. He's got the ball in one hand. He's going to look for contact. He's going to break another tackle, try to break. Unfortunately, he goes into touch here.
Yeah, good carry there from Dustin Braun. One of those situations where the tight five player who's used to carrying in tight all the time sees himself in a bit of space and it kind of becomes a deer in the headlights. He says, I don't know what to do with this ball when I have 50 yards and nobody in front of me. So good carry from Dustin. We'd like to see him maybe cut in a little bit earlier, not run out of bounds. As we have new Hunter Lysom checking into the game here. It looks like a little confused about where to stand on the field, but that's to be expected in this first game. But Cam Edavifar giving that veteran leadership there and directing him on where to be in the lineup.
So important to have good veterans on the field to tell you where to stand. Hunter's doing a wonderful job here. He's ready for his first lift. And it's a great lift to cause a little chaos. Unfortunately, it looks like the veteran Cam Madiba was unable to locate the ball in the air, so it's going to stay in the possession of UCSD, at least momentarily. Sir's going to bring the ball back. Was it called a knock? No, looks like maybe a blue knock, so a USD knock. No advantage. We're going to have a UCSD put in for the scrum here on this near side sideline. Hopefully you're enjoying some sounds of the game here as we're getting lined up closer to our microphones. Crouch, bind, and set. UCSD feeds the ball into the scrum, struck back by the hooker, back through the 8-man's legs, and a deceiving run there and picked by whoever put the ball in. It looks like it might have been knocked there by Habib. It was.
Unlucky there from Habib, but I should say lucky because, you know, some refs will give a yellow card there, a penalty and a yellow card for that type of infringement, but I think the referee might have seen that ball go upward. Some referees would make that distinction when that pass is batted down, deflected, gone forward off the defending player. If a genuine attempt was made to catch that ball goes upwards, they're generally going to give it as just a knock on. But if that player slaps that ball in with one hand, that's usually going to be a penalty and often a yellow card for the offending player.
Right, you are, Kevin. So maybe a little rain day gratitude from the Sir to not award a penalty or to award a yellow card there to Habib, given that rule explained by Kevin here. But just a knock. We're going to play on. We're going to have a put in by UCSD. Look for another little piece of trickeration here. I liked what they did in this last phase here. But we have a same side run here. It's picked and it's dished off. Defended well by USD. Run on cue. There's a broken tackle, but a knock. Picked up by USD as they're looking to counterattack. We got them running into each other. We got a knock, and I think we're going to have a advantage back to UCSD from that knock as the Tritons are going to collect the ball. It looks like they're going to play a little bit of grease ball here. We're going to get into the tough and dirty and muddy and nasty, but we're going to have a knock, and I think it's going to be UCSD put in the scrum.
Yeah, you see Michael Ramos giving a little hug there to Shane Jamison. The first knock on there was Shane Jamison carrying the contact. Michael Ramos coming to support and trying to drive him to the ground and actually just whack that ball with his big old lump of a shoulder and knock that ball clean. So a little bit of friendly fire there from USD, but both players come out of it all right. So no harm, no foul.
Does happen. We have a third consecutive scrum to UCSD here in a similar part of the field. They're crouched, they're bound, and now they're set. Ball is fed in by UCSD, and it looks like it might be coming back around the side. It looks like it might be struck back, hooked back by USD. It's stolen, and a good little wiggle there by Mickey O'Leary to bring the ball into contact. He's got a whole bunch of limbs on him, but he is placing the ball back, and he's placing it up.
Loose counter right there from UCSD, but ref plays on.
Madiba does well to get around that first wall of defenders and gain the line to give his offensive attack a little bit good of a platform there, but looks like it's knocked there by USD. A little bit too fancy there, close to the try line there, Kev.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the big boys just keep it in tight there, but good job by UCSD to hold the line there.
Right you are. We're going to have another scrum to UCSD. As symbolically the trash is being collected by the dumpster, Kev, I'm just, hoping to remind these guys out there to just clean it up. Clean up that ball. No need to shovel it on. Hopefully the Toreros will see that and think the same thing that I just thought as we have a fourth scrum to UCSD. Looks
Again,
like the ball's
stolen by USD. Michael Ramos charging in.
Fends off, bam. Try scored, Michael Ramos.
I believe that's a hat trick for Michael Ramos there.
He's tapping the top of his head, which I think he is indicating that's a hat trick. I think that's what he's trying to do. Either that or he's saying that he's He wants a hat. He wants to wear a hat, maybe is what he's saying. He wants a scrum hat. No, he's saying he scored a hat trick. Okay.
Maybe one of those nice hats with the umbrellas on the top, Scott. I don't know if you're familiar.
I don't know if those are legal in league.
I don't believe they're legal, but maybe if they were attached to a scrum half just for this last 10 minutes or so, they would let Ramos wear one.
Perhaps a safety apparatus. But as we have it, it's 95 love to the USD Toreros. As it looks like Lewis is back converting a kick from the tee outside of the numbers here. It's a difficult place to kick from. But Lewis has done so well to convert, making the score 97-0. The next score will bring the Toreros into triple digits. As I think we have a conversation happening between UCSD head coach BK and director of rugby Kevin Eaton as he's abandoned the booth. So they might be discussing some kind of truncation of today's match to get things moving into the B side. I'm not 100% sure. I hope to have an update once Kevin returns to the booth. But as he indicated, that might be the case. We're just kind of getting ready to run, keep the game moving, move on with our lives here, get back to watching some soap operas. I'll have an update for you just as soon as possible as we have UCSD gathered here to kick the ball back into USD territory. It is collected cleanly by Jake Gerard, and a nice return there as O'Leary looks to box kick, get the ball out of his own area. The ball will bounce dangerously for the Toreros. Can they hack it on? They can, but it looks like that's going to go out of the back of the try zone. A little bit too much on that nudge. And I believe the Sir is called the game. I think I heard triple whistle there. I think that's what we're having here from Manchester Field. I think that's going to be it. Hopefully Kevin can explain what just happened in terms of the truncation of the match following his conversation with the head coach from UCSD.
Yeah, Scotty, so the decision has been made to call the game just a bit early there. Unfortunately, I think the reality is that UCSD is not coming back in this one. UCSD is heavily behind. UCSD took on a couple injuries in that first half, so obviously player safety comes first and foremost in any of these games. USD got everything they needed out of that game. They got the bonus point win. They got plenty of minutes for all their top guys. And those second-line guys, those guys who came into the game, are now going to be switching into white shorts, white jerseys, and taking on a very dangerous Cal Lutheran side. Folks, if that first game wasn't close enough for you, expect a barn burner in the second half. Expect a great hit-up for a full 80 minutes here on Manchester Field for Cal Lutheran versus USD B team.
Absolutely right you are, Kev. As we got a double-barreled action for you here at home. Cal Lutheran.
We're going to take a short break from the broadcast here, and then we'll be back on once Cal Lutheran versus USD 2 is about to start.
See you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Manchester Field out here in this rainy Southern California Saturday. We've got some B-side action for you. USD Torero's B-side is going to take on the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. They've come down here from Thousand Oaks today. They're looking for some action. They're ready to go. These boys have been gearing up pre-game. You can see, I don't know if you can see on the broadcast, but a number of them popped the tops off. And they're out in the rain. They're not scared of a little rain. They're ready to play some rugby as the USD Killer Bees are getting ready themselves. It's trying to keep the ball secure. You know, I don't know if you're watching the A-side game at home, but ball's popping all over the place. It's hard to hold on to. Spin passes, kickoffs, box kicks. In addition to the rain, there's some swirling wind going on, so it's not really any advantage in playing in one direction or the other as the rain's coming in multiple directions. B-side guys were holding it down here. They've been here since 8 a.m. setting up the field in the rain, cheering on their A-side boys in the rain, warming up in the rain. They're getting ready to play their game now. It's always a little difficult when you've been sitting on the sidelines, trying to stay warm, trying to stay dry, trying to just stay ready to play some rugby, get geared up for your game, but here it is. I think just a few minutes here. Should have blue versus purple. USDA side was able to continue their league legacy here and winning the third game of 3 games of their league so far. My name is Scott Thomas, assistant coach. I'm joined here in the booth by Director of Rugby, Kevin Eaton. Kevin, just giving the boys a little hype up here in the pregame, but what are some things you're looking for in this B-side action?
Yeah, dangerous B-side lineup today for USD. Lots of these players, excuse me, I'm a little winded for walking all the way from the field up here to the booth, Scotty, with my one Achilles tendon. It's a little winding for me. Look for US to be well marshaled by the backline combination, the halfbacks of Joey Shenton and Gavin Saville. Very experienced players. Outside them, Luca Deocariza at inside center, been dangerous all year. In the forwards, look for some hard carrying from big number 3. That's Mac Johnson, Scotty.
Big Mac Johnson.
And also number 8, Aiden Lopchi, has been a very dangerous player this year.
Right you are, Kevin. I was telling the folks at home that, you know, these Cal Lutheran Kingsmen, they popped the tops off in the pregame. They're ready to go.
I did like to see that. I like to see the tops off in the pregame. I always like to see that. We'll see if that translates to a good performance or if that was a little bit of peacocking pregame.
They got some buff boys. Say what you will. Pregame, they got some buff boys out there. They're under the tent. They're getting fired up. They're getting some. It looks like they're doing their jersey presentation ceremony down there. So they're getting ready to go. Out here on the newly resurfaced Manchester Field, do have some collection of water throughout the field here, which will cause for some dead zones as the ball will not bounce as much as you may expect it to on a turf field. You see some of this, but yeah, ball will bounce. You'll see some bumps from the turf, see some water come up, and all of that pressure is going to dull a little bit the ability for the ball to bounce. So just keep that in mind as you're watching the kicking here, you're watching the passing. Good example right here in some of this warm-up. If you're watching the ball here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. That should impact how the game is played today.
Yeah, Manchester Field held up very well, I will say, in that first game. You know, as much of the drawbacks there are for that turf field, you know, it can be a little more difficult to play at. It is great to be able to play on a rainy Saturday like this. Games across the state called off this Saturday because of the wet and rainy conditions. Turf field, play on. Manchester Field holding up well in these conditions.
Absolutely. 2 games of rugby and a football game will be held here later today, is my understanding.
With a lacrosse game in between.
So we got multiple sports here. Hoping that the wind.
We have a little water entering the broadcast booth.
A little water.
We are going down with the ship, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
we don't care if we're ankle deep, hip deep, chest deep in water. We are broadcasting live here from Manchester Field. Rain or shine, in the elements. The rain, looks like the wind's picking up a little bit, Scotty. We do see the rain moving a little sideways.
Yeah.
However, the rain is coming down a little less, I would say, which should lead to a little bit more free-flowing rugby in this second game.
Hoping this wind dies down, Kevin. As, yeah, right you are. We are going down with the ship. If this is the perfect storm, I am the George Clooney to your Mark Wahlberg. Just based on looks alone, I think Clooney has the edge over Wahlberg personally. But, you know, here we are. Shout out to TVX Sports, Ted and his crew, keeping us dry, keeping you informed of the rugby that's happening here today as the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen have broken their huddle. The boys are fired up. We have a quick captain's meeting here in the middle of the field.
2 captains from Cal Lutheran 2-1 for USD. Finn McCarthy in the center. So early advantage goes to Cal Lu.
Right you are, Kevin. Just a quick analysis of the boys in Cal Lutheran. Again, we do not have any roster information for Cal Lutheran, unfortunately. If you are a Cal Lutheran fan, we're going to do our best to keep you informed of what's going on for them. We are biased inherently. We are both affiliated with USD Rugby, so it is a USD Rugby stream. I think we're footing the bill, so I guess apologies for that. But hopefully, you know, if you're enjoying this broadcast, you can let that part go. As it looks like we're going to have Joey Shenton here kicking off for the USD Toreros to the Kingsmen in purple. The regal color purple, Kevin.
Yeah, it's a good color, and we do have, Scotty, looks like a preliminary roster for
beautiful.
Cal Lutheran, so there might have been some changes here, but it looks like we do have a roster for Cal Lutheran, so we'll do our best to keep up with that, folks. As you might have told already, we are absolute amateurs up here in the broadcast booth, so if you are not enjoying the sights and sounds of Manchester Field here, the sounds, it's a really simple solution. There will be a mute button at the bottom of that YouTube page. Just go ahead and click that if you are not enjoying the commentary.
Yes, here in the booth, I'm enjoying the sights, the sounds, and the smells, Kevin. Smells like you had some barbecue after the first game. Is that right?
I did have just a little rack of ribs brought to me by TJ Reed.
Hall of Famer TJ Reed as Shenton kicks off to the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Finds a little bit space there. Well placed by Shenton as the Toreros are coming in, and it looks like actually that found the try zone.
Off the kickoff, Scotty, as I'm sure you will know and be able to explain to the viewers again, it does come back to a scrum midfield if the kick does go into the in goal and is touchdown.
I do know rules. Of course I knew that. The ball is going to come back to midfield as the handshakes continue.
It looks like we have, we do have a Lutheran university versus a Catholic university, so maybe some old standing bad blood here between the two schools, but
maybe.
At the start here, looks like some good sportsmanship, as you noted, some handshakes throughout the front row, throughout the scrum half, so looks like we will have some good sportsmanship in this game.
The Holy War is on, and I believe this is Cal Lutheran's top side, Kevin. Is that right? There is.
Correct. This is their top side.
Beautiful. Love to see that. Let's see how the boys in blue hold up against that. The Killer Bees as the scrum is reversed off that one. And it is a nice tackle from Shenton to get us started here.
Great start from Joey Shenton, putting a little early stamp of physicality on the game.
We have our first knock of the game collected by USD. So we are going to play advantage as we have Shenton playing 9 here ably. And we got the ball recycled into the first phase of play here for the Toreros. Shenton recycles the ball here. We're going to look to control the pace of play here to make the gain line and move in the right direction towards the Cal Lutheran try line. But Lutheran's firing up. They're playing aggressive. They're making good tackles here. But that's a good hard run there by USD. And we have a whistle here, Kev.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We might have been playing advantage from that early Cal Lu knock, and he just let a long advantage go. And looks like that is the case. So it looks like we'll have a USD scrum right around midfield. Let's see what they do with the ball.
This time, Kevin, would you be able to shout out the forward pack for USD?
I would, yeah. So starting at loose head prop, we have Hunter Lyson, who came onto that first game as a substitute. At hooker, Alexis Mendieta. At tight head prop, Big Mac Johnson. In the locks, we have Tommy Frey and Kyle Clayton. Loose forwards at 6, Ryan Clemens. At 7, Joey Varco. And at 8, Aiden Lopshi. Let's see if we can get to the back line. We have 9, Joey Shenton. 10, Gavin Saville. At 12, Luca De Cariza. 13, wearing the number 22 jersey, Brody O'Brien. Fullback, Finn McCarthy running the show. And on the wings, we have Alex Slim and Jack Porter.
Well done, Kev, as USD has won that scrum. It's given out to the weak side by Shenton as we're looking to attack here the wing.
Good carry there by Luca De Cariza, sealed off by Alex Slim there.
And we have our carry by Aiden here as he brings it into contact. Good short-handed tackles there by the Kingsmen. Big Mac with a big carry here. A couple of good tacklers by the Kingsmen here. We're reloaded for our third phase of play. And I believe we have a penalty advantage perhaps for an offsides call here by the referee.
See what USD does with this.
May have an overlap here, maybe not, Jim. Finn's playing hands down the road.
Good carry by Brody O'Brien there.
The new transfer, Brody O'Brien, does well, sure-handed. As Shenton now is bringing the ball back down now towards the cameras and towards us in the broadcast booth.
Good tackle there from Cal Lutheran.
I believe he's going to call advantage here.
Yeah, so penalty USD. hopefully USD composes themselves here, kicks deep to the corner, and sets up an attacking platform.
First, they'll need to find the mark. Shenton does. Well done, Shenton. Looks like they're going to probably play some kind of set piece here.
No, Shenton is going to the opposite side of the field. Difficult kick, collected well by Cal Lutheran, streaking down the sideline.
Has he been brought into touch?
No.
No, he has not.
Tenacious defense from Scott Thomas in
sorry?
the broadcast booth, calling the tenacious defense out there
by
USD.
Sorry, what? Sorry, Kevin, I wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
Yes. The tackle was eerily reminiscent of you playing out there.
Oh, I see, of course. As we have a penalty to the Kingsmen there. I missed the call, unfortunately. I missed the hand signals from the serve, but shout out to the serves playing his second consecutive game out here in this inclement weather. And we have a penalty to the Kingsmen. They'll look probably to kick on the weak side of the field, Kevin, to find touchline, which is much closer to them. And it's a big, high arcing boot, which has failed to find touch. It's collected by Finn McCarthy. He avoids.
Oh, no.
Unfortunate there.
Oh, boy.
And it's a penalty. That's a penalty. Incidental offsides and just an overall ugly play. I think the Sirs called.
Yeah, you just said that was just really bad play by USD. That's a penalty. That's illegal. No, we had Jack Porter there playing one of his first games for USD, trying to kick. That is just not his forte, and he just kind of scuffed it, and there's a penalty because the USD player was in front of him.
As the Kingsmen had their first attacking chance of the afternoon, or of the morning, I should say, the late morning. Good tackle there, though, by USD Rugby. Collected back. They have kind of a pillar set up here. Do the Kingsmen? They're going to kick. They look like they're going to dummy, and then they do. And the kick, did it go straight into touch on the full?
It did bounce out there, so it'll be USD throw-in from there. This will be the first USD line of the game, so let's see how they do.
Is the 50-22 in effect in this B-side match, Kevin?
It is, Scotty. The kicker there was well in front of the midfield, so obviously that rule would not apply, as you would be able to explain to the viewers at home, of course.
I could explain it, but since you're color, why don't you?
Yeah, no, go ahead and explain it. So the 50-22 laws, even veteran rugby fans might not be familiar. It is a new law debuted a couple years ago. If you kick the ball from inside your own half and it rolls out of touch, into touch, in the opposition 22, that's actually your lineout. Your lineout, Scott.
So you have to be in your own half.
Correct.
At the start of the kick. I knew that, of course, and that's
not straight.
So I know this rule. For sure. That is a not straight throw from the hooker, but I think we're going to – what's happening here? It looks like Lexi sells the ball. I think he might be a little unclear on what's going on.
Not straight. Cal Lutheran.
Should be Cal's put in the lineup.
Went for the scrum. We're going to try and shout out the Cal Lutheran team here. The team sheet is not necessarily sequential. So loose head prop number 1, we have Bogdan Vyazov. At number 2, we have Arturo Orta. At number 3 – number 3 is not on my sheet here, Scotty, but we'll go to number 4, Corey Richards. Number 5, David Doan. Number 6, Justice Forbes. Number 7, that's Anthony Gallego. At number 8, we have Randall Vout. At number 9, Michael Dizon. At number 10, Jackson Petty. At number 11, Dustin Gamagami. Number 12, Connor Matzi. Number 13, we have Matt Flynn. At number 14, we have Brandon Alana. And at 15, we have Caleb Christian. That is the team sheet we've been provided. If that is not correct, we apologize, folks.
Feel free to email Kevin Eaton at sandiego.edu if you have any updates to that. As the put in and the scrum is won by Cal Lutheran, a well-placed feed there, and the big old fly half is looking to dish it off. USC kind of back in their heels here, looking to defend their try-zone. We're about 5 meters out from that try-zone. Can the Toreros defend? A nice, hard, punishing run there by the Cal Lutheran
defense
kickmen.
There by USD. Going to have to do a little better than that if they want to keep the Cal Lutheran players out of the try-zone here, Scott.
And a pick and a go. That's better defense.
There we go.
That's more like it, shall we? But a good second effort by the runner here to put the ball down. And there's a whistle penalty
to
here.
Cal Lu. Let's see, we have a quick tap here. We do. And I think he's in there, Scotty.
Quick pick and a dive. I believe that's Jackson, the fly half, with the score. That's going to be first blood to the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen, making it 5-0, early advantage. And a quick thank you to Bill Flynn in the comments providing us with some of the roster as well. Appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, we have Cal Lutheran on the board here for the first points conceded all day from USD in either game. Cal Lutheran looks like they have a solid game plan here, some good ball carriers in the forward pack as well as a hard carrying 10. Let's see if you can add to this with a conversion to make this 7-0.
Trying to convert his own try here is Jackson. After that strong series of runs by Jackson, he's a little bit of a punishing body out there, isn't he, Kev?
USD
great rugby player.
illegally advancing past the try line.
So they might have let him do that a second time. Maybe fortunately for USD, he converted the kick anyways.
All right, so USD down 7-0. Let's see how they react here. This is a very, very young B-side for USD. There's a couple veterans intermixed, but a lot of these guys are playing either their first, second, or maybe third games of rugby, so lots of green players out here. Let's see how they react to being 7-0 down. Let's see if they can storm back and get points on the board.
Right, you are, Kev. As Shen is reloaded here, he is bringing the ball up past the midfield line, which he should know as this is his home field. Fortunately, the Sir is a little bit better acclimated to what's going on. Tell Shelly, you're telling Shen, come on back, son. Come on back, want to kick from Myanmar for a second here. Come on back, meow. The drop kick is sent high and deep by Shenton, collected by Cal Lutheran. A nice little shimmy shake fend.
Good tackle from Alex Lim. This ball is spilled.
Ball spilled, maybe knocked by USD there in the regathering attempt, but it's back into Cal Lutheran's hands. Whistle here, penalty by USD. Perhaps not releasing, perhaps handling in the ruck.
Yeah, Joey Varco looked like he was clean on the ball there, but maybe there was a USD player in the way, preventing Cal Lutheran from clearing out that ruck. Good kickoff there from Joey Shetton. That was similar to the first kick, but just got a better bounce. Good chase from Luca De Cariza and Alex Lim to force the spill. But Cal Lutheran can exit here with a good penalty.
Right, you are. Jackson looks to find touch, and he does. Ball caroms off the top of our concrete brick wall here. And it's going to be Cal Lutheran's put out in the line out here. Putting the line out, they're throwing. Cal Lutheran hooker, who we do not know his name, so apologies for that.
We did have the hooker's name. It was the number 3, the tight head prop.
Speak for myself, I do not know his name. But he will throw the ball in here. Kevin, hopefully if you can get that, we'll bring it back to
Number 2, that's Arturo Ota will be throwing in.
Beautiful head of hair, Kev.
Arturo Ota will be thrown in for Cal Lutheran.
Nice one-handed throw
Early
there by
up,
Arturo.
good steal from Joey Varco. Nobody wants the ball there for USD, though.
Shen smacks the ground in frustration as he says, that should have been my ball. But it's Cal Lutheran's, and there's a maul formed here. Hopefully that driving player can keep his cleats on the turf. But he's brought back and down onto the wet turf. Collected back by Cal Lutheran as they're looking to attack here. I believe that ball is given out to the back, spun out to the outside center. They're going to reload for a third phase here. Fortunate to keep possession of the ball following that messy lineout, but it's a messy game. It's a messy day. We play on. Third phase here by Cal Lutheran. Looks like they'll continue to attack this weak side here. Good forward pod set here, but good defense by USD Rugby. Lexus is in there, but a high tackle is called, Kevin.
I don't know if I saw that, Scotty.
Difficult call, but looks like they either got Lexus or Hunter for the infringement. Jackson will look to find touch on the kick, maybe send this ball into the press box itself, Kevin.
It's coming close, but that is into the training tent.
Shout out to Alice. Best trainer in the business.
So let's see, USD got up well and stole that first line out, Scotty, but they did not react quick enough to that bouncing ball. Let's see if they can be a little bit more Johnny on the spot here and collect this line out.
Got to be ready to pounce.
Jump on it.
Hopefully our TVX microphones are able to pick up some of this action. You can hear some of the chatter, some of the pre-line out strategic.
We have a one-arm throw-in by Arturo Orta there. That was nice.
I like the one-arm throw. It's how I used to do it.
Good tackle there from Gavin Saville.
Punishing run here. Not really the tackling you want to see from the USD Toreros. It's collected back. Nice hard knifing angle there. But a good tackle by Gavin Saville. As the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen will recycle, and Jackson will distribute the ball out to the backs, but it looks like they're not able to gain the line here.
Luca Di Carrizo looks to be over the
Another
ball
penalty.
there. No, I think we had I think Luca was clean, but I think Gavin was in there in the way to clear out there.
A little too aggressive in the counter-rucking, and that's going to bail out Cal Lutheran. Despite some strong defense, putting them back on their heels, putting them in the wrong direction, but giving them a couple of 10 yards just to breathe and move and reset. That's not what you want to see. Lutheran recycled this ball here. Nice hard punch and run, but a great hit.
That's Aiden Lopshi with a great hit.
Great tackle there by Lopshi. And another one, just back to back. How about that? Brought down a lot of defenders there in that tackle. All cleared out. Ready to defend again. Perhaps a pick. You want to squeeze into that ruck as to not give the ball carrier any space to breathe. Another pick and go by Cal Lutheran. And a penalty advantage
like
yet
we had
again.
An offside there, possibly from USD. It's a penalty advantage, Cal Lutheran.
Got to clean that up. Kingsman will play with penalty advantage 5 meters from the try line. And a nice run here, and another penalty advantage, and believe it is a try called.
Yeah, we have a try there, but that's number 2, Arturo Orta.
Making the score 12-0 to the Kingsmen. A lot of defensive penalties there costing the Toreros, Kevin.
Yeah, just got to clean up the game. And again, I think everything that you saw going right for USD and going wrong for UCSD in that first game is kind of flip-flopped here. USD just doesn't have any possession, not playing in the right areas of the field, and they need to do both those things if they want to win this game.
Can't score without the ball, Kev. Number 3 is Gabe Wounded Head. We have a comment from
There we go.
Herb Wounded Head. Appreciate that, Herb. Thanks for keeping us informed here in the booth. If that's your boy, you should be proud. Jackson converts the second try.
Over.
14-0 Kingsmen as USD is looking to get it going here. Collecting the ball from the puddle of water back here at Manchester Field. Looks like the rain's given up a little bit.
Yeah, rain looks like it's all but stopped here, but of course we're still going to have a slick and slippery game here for the second game. Cal Lutheran looking pretty good here in this opening 20 minutes or so, Scotty. Let's see if USD, again, like we talked about, can play in the right area of the field, can get a little possession, and I think it's all going to start with another deep kick here, hopefully, from Joey Shetton and another big chase from USD.
Right you are, Kev. Good aggression here from the Kingsmen. A little bit too much aggression from the Toreros on defense, committing a number of penalties there on that last drive.
A lot of space down this right side of the field if Shen can find it.
Looks like he's going left, Kevin, pure form. No, he is going right. It's bounced. Will it go to touch?
Oh,
no!
Lim!
A wonderful effort by Alex Lim to save the ball, prevent it from going into touch here, and maintaining possession for the USD Toreros. The ball is carried into contact by Aiden Lopshi and stolen by the Kingsmen. Jackson, I believe, stole that ball and subsequently knocked it on. We have knock advantage here. And we have time off. Is there an injury on the play? I think there is. I think that's Lopshi.
Yeah, Aiden Lopshi might have taken a hit in that tackle.
Holding his left knee.
Seems to be pretty uncomfortable there.
Fortunately, he's got the best training staff in the game out to tend to him. Alice is taking a look. He's writhing in some pain here, some discomfort. Probably the substitution out here for the Toreros. Maybe we can get a replay of that save by Alex Lim. Just a tremendous effort to keep the ball in play.
Great chase from Lim there with the lovely slip back inside.
We're going to have Tristan entering the game here, Kev.
Yep, Tristan Abate looks like to be coming into the game for the Toreros. Really unfortunate here. Just judging by the body language of Aiden Lobson, doesn't look like he's going to be able to walk this one off. Looks like he will be exiting the game. Training staff obviously attending to him. Hopefully he can get the best care possible. And we are hoping that he heals back and recovers fast.
Right you are. Calling for big old Hunter Thompson to come out here, maybe carrying him off. Maybe our nursing staff can get to him as well. It's exactly what's happened. It's a gentleman's sport. We're helping Aiden off the field here. He's not putting any weight on that leg, that left leg. Testing it just a little bit, but he's in quite a bit of discomfort here, and hopefully he's going to get medical attention.
Yeah, I hate to see that, Scotty. Aiden really started the game off extremely well, so I hate to see him get knocked out of this game early. Game will go on, though. We have a scrum to Cal Lutheran, I believe, here. So let's see. Or no, I think it might have a USD put in, actually, Scott. So let's
should be USD put in.
Let's see if they can attack here in this good attacking opportunity.
Absolutely. Will be Shetton's put into this USD scrum. Ball's put into the scrum and won by USD. Cleanly. Nice little shimmy and shake there by Luca. Ball's put into contact. A lot of swarming, aggressive defending and counter-rucking by Cal Lutheran. Can the Toreros make them pay for their aggression? Get the ball out wide, take advantage of an overlap perhaps. Want to be running as much north to south as possible, especially against these aggressing and blitzing defenders by Cal Lutheran. A tackle is made here. USD going to the third and fourth phase of play here. That's Gavin Seville. Tackle down here, not much to gain. Going to try the other side now. Another gang tackle by the Kingsmen. Pod by Lexus. Encouraged to run straight by his teammates. Shen redistributes again, and this ball is knocked, and we're gonna blow it up here. It's gonna be Cal Lutheran put into the game. USD's looking a little out of sorts there offensively, Kevin.
Yeah, just unfortunately going backwards there offensively. Not what you want to see when you have ball in hand. I think just need a couple of these forwards to start running a bit more north-south, try to take the game over a bit, try to get in the right areas of the field.
Right you are. We're going to have Cal Lutherans put in here in the scrum. Half-arm penalties to Cal Lutheran, maybe an early leg up or an early push, early drive by the Toreros. So it'll be a free kick to Cal Lutheran. They probably don't want to find touch here on this kick. They're going to go in. Where are you going, says the sir.
What?
I think the sir agrees and says, you know what, we're going to. Okay, it looks like
he took the tap.
A little gadget, cheeky gadget play there. Looked like Jackson tapped and then just kind of acted like, hey, the mark's up here. But he had already tapped the ball, so the play was live. I think it confused the sir, but he let it go. As the ball is kind of waffled on and dropped back by Cal Lutheran, so we will have continuous play here. USD needs to stay out of the ruck with their hands at least, and to prevent any defensive penalties, and
good
they do earn
Mac
a
Johnson
knock.
there, forcing the knock-on, Scott.
Mac Johnson does achieve a strong tackle to force a knock-on, so it will be USD's put in the scrum. They've regained possession, and they were able to, in those few phases there, Kev, avoid any penalties as they have been trying to do in their last phase of play.
Looks like another USD player in a little bit of discomfort, being instructed to take a knee so he can receive medical care, but he is disregarding that and hobbling around.
Shambling around the field like a zombie, Kevin. He's going to try to make it to the sideline. And we're going to have a substitution. Looks like big old Hunter Thompson coming back into the game. Saw some A-side action. And who is this coming off the field, Kev?
We have Kyle Clayton exiting the field. I think he might have rolled an ankle.
Will he be able to come back in, Kevin?
Yeah, we are rolling subs in the second side game, so if he does get perhaps that ankle taped and he's feeling okay, then he can re-enter the game.
Probably does need to come off the field. Per the rules of rugby, you can only have 15 guys per side. Not the rules expert, but that's my understanding at least.
It is a 15-on-15 game.
Shen will put in for the scrum for the Toreros. The Toreros are bound nice and high, that front line.
Generally not the words you want to hear when you're talking about the bind and the scrum. Nice and low would probably be the preference there, but you know, we have some new players in the tight five, some green athletes out here, so let's just hope they can set a solid scrum down.
We do have live scrummaging here in this B-side matchup, which is great. In our previous matchup against Miracosta, we did go uncontested. While convenient, it's not really ideal from a competition standpoint. So some newer scrummaging here, and won by USD. Shen distributes the ball out to Aiden, out to Gavin, and down the line.
Oh.
Finnegan makes a business decision, loses the ball for the Toreros. Lim's trying to make the tackle here. It'll be Kingsman ball here, close to us, near the 22 for the Toreros, about 5 meters out from the 22. Shifting run here by the 8 for Cal Lutheran, and a penalty to Cal Lutheran. Not exactly sure what the ref spotted, but he pointed to him and said, hey, you can't do that.
Might have had hands in the ruck there.
Might have been handling in the ruck. Jackson's going to find touch with another kick. So it looks like the rain has resumed here at Manchester Field. That's a great kick. About 5 meters out from the try line. It'll be Cal Lutheran put in the line out.
Yeah, I look for Cal Lutheran to use their size in the forward pack to possibly set a maul, some type of drive here, see if they can get more points on the board.
Great head of hair here on number 7 for Cal Lutheran. Little Donnie Osmond look going on here, Kev.
That's nice. It's a great lid.
I thought it was a scrum cap when I first saw him, but no, that's just a nice thick head of hair.
See if USD will contest by lifting Joey Vark, or if they're just going to drive into that maul right away.
It's a 7-man lineup by Cal Lutheran. It is not straight, unfortunately. USD will have the chance to elect a scrum or a line out.
Should take a scrum here.
That swirling wind playing a factor there, surely, Kevin.
Yeah, tough to get that line out in cleanly when the wind is swirling like it is currently at Manchester. Not heavily swirling, but that still will affect your throw. Obviously, wet ball is going to make it tough to get it in clean as well. USD here, scrum, and even though it's their put in, it's still a dangerous position here, about 10 out from their own try line. Look for a simple setup, probably pick, and then setting up a kick deep from number 10, Gavin Saville here.
Yeah, he's back in the pocket. Looks like he's ready to go. He's trying to clean those hands off, dry those hands off so that he can handle the ball. Drop it down to his foot, try to get some breathing room for his Toreros. Force Cal Lutheran to make another lineout throw in this inclement weather. Ball's back to Gavin Saville. Kicks the ball out. It is going to stay in the field of play. It's going to bounce past the fullback for Cal Lutheran. The kick chase is on. Brody O'Brien's back with him, doing a little do-si-do dancing. The Toreros are able to make the tackle there, close to where the kick landed. They're going to reload, trying to stay out of the Sirs penalty view. Ball's fed back to the hooker for Cal Lutheran. Twisted down into a tackle. Set back again, a little show and go by number 8. Coming back towards the ruck. Tackled by a whole gang of Toreros there. Toreros are going to try to keep their hands out. Do a little counter rucking and pulling them out. Sir says, don't do that. Third phase for the Kingsmen. Spun back. We're going to play a little ball in the hands of the backs here.
Good defense there from Luca De Cariza.
Kind of shut the gate on him, didn't he, Kev?
Yeah, Cal Lutheran looks like they're getting a little tired here, not regrouping quite as fast on offense.
Good driving run there by the Kingsmen to earn a little bit of more yardage.
Let's go, boys.
Force the Trojans to back up a big old number 3 for Cal Lutheran. That must be, I'm sorry, what's his last name? Roundhead?
Oh, you got it.
The son of Herb makes a nice run. Wounded Head, excuse me, Gabe Wounded Head on that number 3 run as the kick finds touch. So
yeah,
it will
some
be
good
Terrell's run.
situational play there from Cal Lutheran, recognizing they're not really going anywhere on offense. Number 10, Jackson Petty, dropping onto the foot, just trying to pin USD deep in their own end. That first lineout wasn't very clean for them, so we'll see if USD can get that ball in cleanly and build. And again, we want probably a little deeper kick from Gavin Saville this time if we are going to the kick.
Right, you are, Kevin. Let's see if the Toreros can convert a successful line out in these conditions. It's very important to retain possession here inside of your 22. Difficult conditions to convert a line out. These San Diego boys don't get a lot of practice in the rain and the wind.
It's like a little confusion here for USD on who's going where in the lineup. We did have 2 injuries early on, so we're just trying to figure out who's going where.
Yep. So much for a successfully converted lineout. That ball is going to go back to the Cal Lutheran Kingsman, and a strong running tackle is made there by USD, but it is the Lutherans' ball. And a whistle here by the sir. Do we have a penalty? We have something.
Oh, we have, I believe they took them all into contact and USD won it. So good, or perhaps he's not. Yes, he is. Okay, we are giving the ball to USD for the scrum put in. Cal Lutheran took them all in and either knocked it on or it was deemed unplayable. So USD will have a scrum put in here. Let's see if the players can react, set another solid pack down. And let's see if they can get a big exit kick to get in that Cal Lutheran side of the field, which you haven't really seen them play on too much, Scott.
That's right. About 5 meters out from their own tri-zone. It's not where you want to be playing the game of rugby. Looks like Gavin's back in the pocket again. Fortunately for the Toreros, it's the scrum this time, not a lineout. They've had some difficulty converting that, maybe some disorganization, some confusion setting up that lineout. Gavin collects the ball, looks to kick again. It is a high arcing kick into the center of the field for the fullback who collects the ball successfully in the air. Well done. Brody O'Brien fakes the tackle there. Finn McCarthy with a tackle, with maybe another tackle. Alex Lim with a tackle.
Ooh, I think that's got to be Luca
Should be
Diacariza's ball.
poached.
Great poach.
Indeed it is.
Luca Diacariza.
Luca with a wonderful and legal poach there. That's what the Toreros need. They wanted to get back to this game. Still 14-love. Finn McCarthy finds the the touch zone as the ball sits in a thick puddle.
Let's see if we get a clean line out here from USD, because now we have line out around midfield. USD dangerous back line. If we can get the ball out to the backs, I think we might see some fireworks here, Scotty, but they just haven't had a whole lot of chance to play with the ball yet.
Right you are. Little towel on the ball there on the sideline by friendly hooker Leroy Tatum. Trying the ball off for his teammate Lexus. The side judge instructing Lexus where to stand. A little coaching from Leroy. Let's see if we can convert a line out here on offense. Varco's ready to jump, ready to lift. And, oh, nope. Not quite a successful line out. It is Cal Lutheran's ball.
Yeah, so Scott, we have this B team playing here. Alexa's first game playing at hooker, and then, like we mentioned, a couple injuries already to the forward pack. So guys are just kind of figuring out where to be, where to stand, how to react, and you're seeing some sloppy play, unfortunately, from USD.
Penalty called against Joey Varco there. Maybe handling in, maybe not releasing, not quite sure. It didn't look the runner was quite tackled, but a strong punishing run here. I think this was number 5 for Cal Lutheran. Earning some yardage, forcing the defenders of the Toreros to back up. Looks like they weren't all on side here, but the Sir will let them play on as a better gang tackle is made here, and the offload is made kind of basketball style, and a spinorama by number 7 to elude some defenders, make some more yardage. Get a little bit closer, and he's not done yet. Driving ever closer to that try line. Seeing if the Kingsmen can get into the try zone for the 3rd time this morning. I believe this is number 2 on a nice hard punishing run. He's up high. He's kind of in a maul position now and brought back down onto the turf by the Toreros. Needing to reset, needing to get set into this defensive line to avoid another defensive penalty. It's a pick and it's a go, and a good low chopping tackle there by the Toreros to cut that runner down, but this is a very dangerous attacking position for the Kingsmen. Another phase of pick and go by the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen, driving ever closer. This is exactly what they want, and it looks like the ball's going to go out to the backs here. Nice deep spinning pass here as the overlap is formed. The defense is not quite set there, and a third try for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen is scored by number 13. We'll get his name in just a second.
Yeah, that's pretty poor defense by the USD backline. Really more or less matched up there, and just players shooting up and not holding their man and not playing decent defense there. Number 13 scoring for Cal Lutheran.
Matt Flynn.
What's that?
Matthew Flynn.
That's Matt Flynn.
Try scored by number 13, Matthew Flynn, and Jackson will look to convert this third try. It's a pretty good position for Jackson. It's been 2 of 2 so far. Trying to make this a 21-0 advantage for the Kingsmen here in the first half. As we're in the 35th minute here of the first half, so about 5 more minutes in this first half. Toreros will need to make some adjustments if they want to stay competitive in this matchup. Not exactly able to retain the ball, not exactly able to play this type of defense that they want to play. Finn McCarthy charges and screams, and then kind of at the last second gets a little scared of the kick, but you know, it's a good conversion by Jackson there to make it 21-love. And I believe we'll have a substitution here, Kevin, for USD.
Yeah, let's see, number 5 towards into the game. I think Hunter Thompson exiting the field. Looks like he might have a little blood.
Perhaps a little head knock. So Torres is coming back into the game for the Toreros, A-side starter. Looking to make an impact, looking to make this game a little more competitive, looking to make the Toreros into get onto the score sheet here. As there's pretty good kick coverage here, and it looks like the ball was knocked by the Kingsmen, so the Toreros all of a sudden have an offensive chance inside the 22, just like that.
It is.
Or was it? What are we doing here?
We had a knock there, and Joey Shetton tried to take
tap.
some initiative and quick tap, but it's a scrum down. It's not a penalty.
Just a bit of confusion there. Shen's getting them set. Staying cool, staying level as he always does. Toreros will put in for the scrum. Looking to threaten the defense just a little bit. Cersei's somebody he doesn't like. He's going to reset the scrum. Shen's not happy about it. There was a half-arm penalty already given to the Kingsmen. Need to avoid that if you're USD. No early drives, no leg up, nothing like that. Ball's coming out the side there.
Oh, man. USD just cannot get out of their own way here. Another knock on coming out of the scrum here. That was Ryan Clemens with the knock. Just can't get a clean ball out. Not going to win if you can't score. Not going to score if you don't have the ball.
It's true in most sports.
Great start again, though. Cal Lutheran, shout out to them, have come out firing, have played a very solid game plan there, centered around their hard-running 10 and a couple big running forwards. USD, as we talked about, just needs to play with the ball, needs to be a little bit more disciplined on defense. Scotty, less high tackles, less offsides, less hands in the ruck.
Kingsman put into the scrum, which is getting a little messy here. What's the call by the serve? Will we redo it?
I think we'll reset.
No. We got a rodeo here, Kev. There's a rodeo call.
We have a rodeo here we're going to redo. Scrum down Cal Lutheran again. Looked like a pretty good drive there from USD. Let's see if they can replicate that.
Indeed. The ref might have been calling a home run in baseball there, Kevin. I'm not sure. I didn't really see what he said. We're going to do it again here. Toreros are driving again and have won this defensive scrum. The ball is being brought back and into the back line for the Toreros, but picked off by Cal Lutheran. And unfortunately, a recovering tackle is made to prevent a kind of offensive streak there, counterattacking streak. But it is the Kingsman ball as they're looking to exit their own zone and kicked out. Lim is back for the Toreros to field the kick. The ball's greasy, the men are on. Jackson is back and the ball is knocked. Unfortunate for the Toreros, it will be Cal Lutheran's ball. Sir's blowing it up, and it will be Cal Lutheran put it in the scrum.
Yeah, so you saw USD did a great job on that scrum up the field to win that ball, get it back. Nobody in the back line really, unfortunately, took any initiative to go forward, just kind of shoveled that ball sideways, Scott, and they were already in that flat line. So that's going to cause them to eventually pass that intercept, and Cal Lutheran pounced on it, moved it up the field, had a good kick, and then USD with that knock-on. So now Cal Lutheran's ball in a dangerous stacking up position of the field. Quick break here while Cal Lutheran runs a couple subs on.
Yeah, more good offensive, just aggression, call it. Good defensive aggression by Cal Lutheran to win that ball. Good kind of saving tackle there. I believe that was Alex Lim. Thank you. Just to prevent a disaster for the Toreros. But as we're in the last minute here of the first half, Cal Lutheran's trying to convert their fourth try. About 30 meters out from the Toreros try zone. Pick and go here from the 8-man, and he's off here on the sideline. A good tackle there.
Touch judge has his flag up. Let's see if the ref sees it. Touch judge just a bit behind the play.
Didn't see who made the tackle there.
That was Gavin Salvo with a great covering tackle in the corner. I think we had a knock on into touch there. If USD is smart, they will take the scrum here.
Oh, there we go.
Might have gone straight into touch. We might just have a line out. See if USD can get this ball in clean, Scott. This would not be the best opposition or the best position of the field for a line out mishap.
Throws up. Scrambled about. Oh, it is knocked back. Greased watermelon. What do we have here from the Sir?
We're going to have a scrum down 5 out.
Give me the half arm here. Bailed out. Maybe early jump or something from the line out?
That might have been it. They might have been up in the air before the ball was in play. So USD half-arm penalty. If they kick the ball out, it will not be their ball. So we might have the option here. They're looking for a tap.
Oh, yes.
And big carry from Mac Johnson.
Oh, bam, no super uses Mac Johnson as he carries the ball.
And he locked it on.
Loses it.
And another knock-on by Cal Lutheran.
Right back at you.
Little pinball.
Okay, it's a day of giving.
And thankfully we have halftime, so perhaps we can dry this ball off, dry these players' hands off. We'll take another quick break here down at Manchester Field. We'll be back with second half action in just a few minutes. See if the Toreros can come back in the second half, reduce this deficit, get some points on the board.
TVX Sports will be delighting you with some highlights from the first game, so please stay tuned for that. And we'll be back once the second half starts.
Maybe after we get out of here. I'm not sure yet though. Still at red.
Let's go, Alexis! Get up, bro, let's go! Yeah. We got Owen, we got Ryan, we got 9. Oh, I might go quick. Hey, subs, stay close. Stay available, boys. Heads up, boys. Heads up. Let's go, USD. Leroy. We're working on it. I know. We got one so far. But now they know, so they're just kicking into the corner and then making Alexa do the line out. And they get the ball back. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do it. We're doing my time now. My time. Yeah, we're just doing hit the guy in the front. Just get a ball back, please. You're back.
We're live back at Manchester Field for second half action. USD Toreros versus the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen.
Couple substitutes for both sides. Looks like Cal Lutheran put a couple, probably some more inexperienced guys into the game. USD, couple new faces in the second half. Let's see if they can collect themselves and come back into this game.
21-point advantage for the Kingsmen. A driving deep kick collected by Brody O'Brien. Nice juke, a nice dummy, and then a dish. Jack Porter on the sideline. The flag comes up for some reason.
Flag is up. That is father of USD 10, Gavin Saville. So I don't think we have any bias there in regards to him seeing that guy into touch. We'll have a Cal Lutheran line-out throw, and after a good little run there from Brody O'Brien, dishing to Jack Porter, but just couldn't keep that foot out of touch there.
Apparently. We'll look at the defensive line-out here for Cal Lutheran. Kevin, you had the chance to sit down with Charlie Burton in half. Anything you get, any notes from Charlie for the second half adjustments here?
Heart. Gotta have heart, Scott.
Right you are, Kevin. We're going to have a not straight throw from Cal Lutheran. It's going to be a scrum to USD. Wisely taken. USD struggled mightily in the offensive line-out category in the first half. We're going to have a scrummage here. Sorry, Kevin, a little bit more about those substitutions. Looks like Hunter Thompson's back in the game for the Toreros.
Yeah, Hunter Thompson, I think had a little blood on the cheek, got that taken care of back in the game. And I think a couple more subs will be coming later in the second half for USD as we try to fight and claw our way back into this game.
Sir is coaching the scrum here a little bit, making sure everything looks legal and safe on both sides here. Joey Shen for the Toreros is going to put the ball in. Great to have you here on our broadcast TVX Sports Shout Out. Doing a great job on this rainy day in San Diego. Ball's played hands all the way down the back line to Alexander Lim. Cuts back into the field of play, avoiding going into touch. Amassing a swarm of tacklers by Cal Lutheran as Shen's going to go back down the field, and the ball is knocked, but I think the sir might have missed that one.
I think he kept that in his hands the whole time. Very
Maybe
fortunate.
The announcer missed that one. The ball is bobbled back twice, not a knock because the ball went backwards. USC retains possession, but is losing some field ground. Hunter Thompson carrying the ball into contact here. His cleat is off the ground, but he is brought into contact down onto the turf. Recycled once more into Gavin Seville's hands, but that is a knock. It'll be Lutherans put into the scrum.
A little bit of conversation here from USD just about what we need our forwards doing when that ball's coming out to the backs. We'll sort this out. As we said, lots of young players on the field right now for USD, figuring things out, figuring out the rules of the game, figuring out the general pattern for offense and defense. Cal Lutheran, dangerous attacking opportunity here. Scrum down around midfield. A little bit of a short side to work with and see if they maybe try to pick to that weak side. See if Ryan Clemens, flanker for USD, can keep his head up. See if Cal Lutheran can continue their domination on this game, or if USD can maybe claw their way back into this first stanza of the second half.
Right, you are, Kev. Some moaning and groaning from the scrum there, but it's won by Cal Lutheran. Jackson's going to carry this ball out from the scrum. Big, strong, punishing fly half there as the Toreros are looking to aggressively counter-ruck, but the ball is won and retained by the Kingsmen. Dished out well by the 9 there out to the outside center. Another one-handed offload to the winger as the ball is brought near the touch line. And the Sir has spotted a penalty for holding on to the ball, so it's a good aggressive play there from the Toreros on defense, Kev.
I think we might have had a poach there from Joey Varco. Good defense there on the outside from, looked like Luca De Cariza and Alex Lim out there on the edge. A little bit more fire here from USD in the second half, Scotty. Kind of coming up, making their tackles. But again, what's plagued them is this line out and continuity in the offense here, Scotty. So this is kind of test 1, right? Can we convert the line out? Then test 2 will be, can we build some consistent phase play on offense?
Right, you are, Kev. Good kick there by Finnegan McCarthy to find touch on the penalty kick. It'll be Lexus's throw into the lineout. Starting A-side hooker, Leroy Tatum's there to dry the ball off for his teammate. Hopefully that'll help. Look for a near side throw here. We got it here, Kev. Is this legal? Indeed it is, but he runs into touch.
It is legal. Just kind of the cheeky throw to the front of the line out there, but unfortunately Hunter Lysel, new player, just ran directly into touch, which is kind of rule 1 of rugby, is you just do not run that ball straight into touch. It's going to be a turnover, other team's ball. Cal Lutheran put in now around midfield.
Yeah, Hunter Lysel there with a old habits die hard situation, perhaps. Football background. Usually the sidelines are your friends in football, not the case. Great sport of rugby. It'll be Cal Lutheran's throw. And a little cheeky throw of their own, as this is how it's done. Cut into the field of play. A nice punishing, about a 20-meter gain there by the Kingsmen. As they look forward to their first phase of offense. Spun out to the hooker. Reloading again. Fire call is on. Gang tackle by the Toreros. We're going to play another phase here. Toreros are getting back onto defense to get set. Jackson has the ball, knives through the defense, and he's on his own. Looks to pass, breaks the tackle, and dives under the post for the Kingsmen 4th try of this game.
Yeah, poor defense again there from USD. Left a gap right in the middle of the field. Cal Lutheran, Jackson Petty doing well to spot that, run right through and bumps off the fullback for a score of the post. You got to think he's going to convert this one as well. Likely have a score of 28-0 coming up here.
Got a tweet highlight from Legion and USA Rugby member Oliver Kane asking, what sport is this? It's not quite soccer, it's not quite football, but man, you got these 30 boys in the field. Boy, Kevin.
That's right. We
tell
have
you
a
what.
little rugby. I tell you what, good bad. It's like pizza. You got good pizza, bad pizza. It's still pizza. You have, good rugby, bad rugby. It's not the best game. A little sloppy. Both teams, kind of slugging it up. Some knock-ons. It's still great to be out here on Manchester Field. See some rugby. See 30 young collegiate athletes competing to the best of their abilities and learning this great sport of rugby.
Learning the game indeed. This is a true test for this B-side, Kevin. They've been kind of running through other B-side opposition. This is a tough matchup. This is Cal Lutheran's top side, and they're showing it here.
Yeah,
these boys.
Cal Lutheran is the top of the Division II, so they are certainly a good side, and they're showing it here today. They look well drilled, well organized, well coached. They have looked really in control of this game from the start. And USD, obviously, this is the level of competition we want this second side to be able to live up to. They need to be able to live up to this more challenging opponent in Cal Lutheran. So let's see how they can react on this final 30 minutes or so of the game.
Nice high kick there on the kickoff, but a missed tackle. That will bring things all the way back for Cal Lutheran. Good return there. As a ruck from the side, perhaps from Finnegan McCarthy. The server's going to let him play on. Jackson has the ball, looks to see some space there, looks to chip it over the head of Jack Porter, but he collects the ball, spins out of the first tackle, but he's going to need some support. Brody O'Brien is there in the latch, fortunately. Good play by Brody, and a nice, strong line from
That's Tristan Abeda there at the carry.
The Toreros have their second phase of play here, trying to retain the ball and gain some meters here, trying to get back into this game.
A lot of space on this strong side here if they can get it to Gavin Saville.
Instead, Kevin, they elect to go to in a little Ramalama ham jam there, and that's an ill-advised offload over the head as you're going down to ground, and I think the serve will probably bring this one back. And no, we're going to have another one of those. Ball's out to Finnegan McCarthy. He gets the ball to Alex Lim. Can he beat him with speed on the edge? He's totally unsupported, but there are 3 tacklers there. Unfortunately, he was not held, or was he?
Yeah, it looks like the Sir called him held there. You cannot get back up onto your feet. Little closer in regards to, I think Alex Lim had about a yard or so separation from the tackler, kind of bounced off it. But regardless, USD, again, no offensive continuity there. Can't hold on to the ball, can't keep the ball, can't support. And Cal Lutheran punishing them with some strong defense, and let's see if they can convert that into another strong offensive phase.
Maybe a couple of ill-advised decisions there too, Kevin. You noted there's some an overlap perhaps on the right side of the scrum half. He elected to go left. Man on the zone was Tristan. Shovel, shovel, shovel. Ball came around the right-hand side, and Lim was kind of there on his own. As fortunately for the Toreros, this ball is kicked directly into the try zone. What are we going to have here, Kev?
We'll have a goal line drop out here. Cal Lutheran, we have a lot of space in the left too if Gavin wants to take it. That might be an ill-advised play as well.
Oh, was it knocked? Fortunately for the Toreros, it was.
Yeah, lucky there for the Toreros in that Gavin Saville nudged that ball forward. Luca Diacrisa hard charging, forces that knock on. And then USD will have a scrum put in. But again, we're back into having that possession, but on the wrong side of the field here to see if they can get into the Cal Lutheran side of the field.
Another fan comment came in about an hour ago. I'm just seeing it, but according to this individual, this is the biggest showdown of Lutherans and Catholics since the 95 Theses, Kevin.
Hey now.
Shout out Martin Luther. This would be Shenton's put into the scrum for the Toreros. Toreros are looking to get out of this tough position.
Yeah, let's
get some breathing space, get some attacking space.
Let's see if we go straight to a kick. Let's see if they're a little brave, maybe run it out here.
They elect to run it out. The ball bounces off Luca's shoulder. It's all over the ground. I don't know who has it. Perhaps the Toreros. Indeed.
So now at this point, Scotty, you gotta kick it out if you're USD. We're not going to be making our way up the field from here. And looks like we do have a kick.
Kick to midfield here, and the fullback takes it on. And a good counter attack here. And a very good tackle there. I don't know who that was. Was that Jack Porter?
That was Jack Porter there on the wing. Solid tackle.
Ohio native Jack Porter with a great tackle there to kind of prevent the counter attack from happening here. A good kind of shedding run here by the flanker for Cal Lutheran.
Looks like USD might be over that ball with the poach, and he is. I think that's Gavin Saville in there, Scotty. Or no, that's Luca Diacrisa who's taking the quick tap.
Absolute madman.
Looks
Sir
like
calls another penalty
man.
for a high tackle. And he's trying to go quick again.
Can't go quick twice in a row, Scotty. They're going to let him reset there.
Apparently.
Let's see. USD might have lost all confidence in the lineout, so they might not want to.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
And they're just going to tap and give it to Joey Varco.
We have a
disaster for USD.
Disastrous maul here. He needs to find ground here, not be held up, because that would be a Lutheran put into the scrum. So we do have a good play there by Brody to get the ball. A little bit of a rocket of an offload, and that's going to find touch. Frustrating offense here. And a quick go. We're trying to go quick here for the Lutheran.
We have a scrum. Looks like we have a knock on first by USD, which the ref is calling. We're going to do a scrum here. USD scrums look decent, so we might be able to win this against the put-in.
Looks like we had a shout out in the comments for number 3 Gabe Woundedhead, all the way from South Dakota. So quick shout out to everybody tuning in today to TVX Sports. Able to cheer on and watch Gabe Woundedhead. It's a great thing about this sport, about TVX Sports in specific. You don't have to be in San Diego to watch this match. USD's defending this scrum here by the Kingsmen. They're bound. They're crouched. They're pushing early. Shenton showing his frustration. As if he's never committed a penalty in his life, Kevin.
I've yet to see it.
He's never been carded at least, right? Not for a high tackle or anything else.
Nothing like that.
Nothing. We're going to do it again. Let's keep it legal this time, boys. Ball's put into the scrum, and it looks like it's coming out the side. Is this ball out? It is, and it will be USD pouncing on it, trying to ruck and keep it out. We have a whistle and a penalty for handling in the ruck. Given to USD. We have a quick tap by Shenton. The player may not have been 10, but we're going to play on here at Manchester Field. The rain has let up, Kevin, but the sloppy play has continued.
That's right. We're slopping them up for 80 minutes here at USD. Looks like we had a late tackle on Joey Shenton, so the advantage is given here to USD.
We have a full penalty advantage. The ref says, come on, boys, no sloppy stakes tonight.
It's like a sniper just hit Mac Johnson, but he's recovered.
He's good. Oh, and he promptly knocks the ball on.
We did have the advantage there, so let's see if USD can keep their eye on the prize here. Luca De Cruz, quick tap, but not from the mark.
They'll probably elect for a not-so-quick tap, I would guess, Kevin.
Let's see, you know, we're going to move it.
Spun out to Finn McCarthy out in the wing here. Little Samoa step. Nice hard run. Shoulder by Jack Porter as he puts the ball back for his teammate Joey Shenton. Joseph Arco set up in the forwards pod, but good aggressive counter-attack and defense by the Kingsmen, preventing Barco from gaining any yardage on that run. Here's Hunter S. Thompson on the run here. He needs to protect that ball. He needs to put that ball back and just let it sit there for the scrum half. Don't put it out, but also don't finick too much with it. Just get back, get set, play another phase.
Might have Cal Lutheran not rolling away there. Yeah, let's see if USD goes quick again. Quick tap by Shenton.
This is Tommy Frey.
With a stutter step, big collision there. Yeah, you generally don't want to see the quick tap, carry, stop, absorb the tackle, Scotty. That's generally a recipe for whatever the opposite of success is, I'll say.
Merriam-Webster's would define that as failure, I believe, but we have Cal Lutheran here on the counter-attack, going quick on their own. I personally like seeing the quick action here myself, Kevin, just to get this, just a little more liveliness here on the sidelines. We're doing well here, a little cheeky little pop kick. Has it found touch? Has it found? Yes, it has. So this will find touch. It will be Cal Lutheran's throw in the line out, unfortunately. And we will see a line out here in a minute. Conway Burt with a great tackle there. I think we're going to have a substitution here for USD. George Hamina coming into the game. Let's go, George. Do have a pizza delivery here on the sidelines here. That separates the boys from the men. Not just commentators. We are feeding the boys with some pizza here. Director of Rugby Kevin Eden has received the delivery. Giving the pieces out to Shaney Fibeni. Distributing the pieces out to his teammates here on the sideline as we have a game of rugby going on, apparently. Excuse me. Looks like the ball has been put down in the try zone by Finn McCarthy. He's looking for the goal line dropper. Reversing the field here, finding some space and doing a little cheeky little grubber here out to his teammates, perhaps knocked
perhaps knocked by USD. Indeed, it was, I believe, knocked by USD. So Lutheran playing here with a knock advantage. We have a whistle by the sir. What do we have here? Give a quick shout out here in the break to the Petty family tuning in from NorCal. Great to have you here in the broadcast with us. Shout out to Ted, Joseph, and his whole crew at TVX Sports and TVX World Headquarters, broadcasting this game to all corners of the country and beyond. We have a couple subs getting ready here in the sideline, Kev.
Yeah, looks like we have George Schumo getting warm. We have Luke Pittock getting warm, and possibly Torres Capus about to enter the game again.
No. Soda pop. It's called soda pop. Lutheran in a dangerous attacking position here, looking to convert their 5th try here. This is not a league matchup, Kevin. There's no bonus points. There's no stuff like that. We're just playing dirty dog rodeo rugby here. Even still, Toreros need to get themselves organized here. See a little more consistent play. String together some phases of rugby here in the second half. We have an 8-man pick here by the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen towards the try zone. What do we have? It's a try.
Another try for Cal Lu. That'll put the score at, I believe, 33-0, Scotty, with the conversion to come.
Indeed. So if you are enjoying this broadcast, make sure you give TVX Sports a like, a subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you are someone who's interested, invested in a sports program, check out the TVX Sports portfolio of services that they offer. Really the highest quality of sports broadcasting, in my opinion, despite the commentary. Production, quality, clarity, and professionalism by Ted, by his crew. No problems, only solutions. They could bring a bat mitzvah, lacrosse, rugby, baseball, soccer, football. You name the sport, they'll cover you. Keep that in mind as you're looking to broadcast your sport. As we have I believe it's an unsuccessful conversion attempt by Cal Lutheran, keeping the score 33-0. And I believe that try was scored by Randall for the Kingsmen.
So USD here, I think we're about 15 or so minutes left. Obviously, not going to get back in the game here, Scotty, but this match, obviously, for the second side, this developmental side, not so much about winning or losing, but just about these players' experience in sport of rugby and growing so they can eventually contribute to that first side. So let's see how they react here. We'd love to see them get into the attacking opposition territory into the 22, put some points on the boards. Little World Cup action.
Ono Callahan with what do we have here? The sir has blown this up. Say, excuse me, this is rugby, not soccer. And it's going to be USD penalty. I don't know what that was.
So we had the kick there, Scotty. Then we had a Cal Lutheran player attempting to play the ball from in front. Tommy Frigg, again, let's see if we can. That's not quite what we want out of the tap. Just running a bit high into contact, a bit hesitant, and we spill the ball.
Losing the ball. That is indeed not what you want. That's not what you want from George Humna. And then Finn McCarthy here in the pursuit down the sideline. Has he broken away? He has. That's going to be number 12 for the Kingsmen, punishing this. I'll call it a soft defensive attempt by the USD Toreros.
Yeah, not what you see there. Want to see there. Scotty was hoping that USD could string some things together, get into the opposition's half. Again, the tap penalties that we're resorting to because the lineout's not functioning are just being very poorly executed, which is leading to Cal Lutheran counterattack opportunities. It's just not good, Scotty. It's got to get better. It will get better. The second team is learning. They're growing. They will improve. They're coming against a side that is better than them, that is a bit more experienced, and we're excited to see how this team progresses throughout the course of the season.
You know what? This is a character-building kind of moment for the USDBs. Come around, get smacked around your home ground. And right now they're playing a little bit like there's a cat in the house. Cat in the house?
You don't want a cat in the house, Scotty.
What advice would you give them at this moment, Kevin?
I would say that you need dogs. You need dogs in the house. You don't need a cat in the house.
You need to be more like a dog.
You do need to be more like a dog.
You don't need a bunch of cats running around here.
You do not need a cat in the house. You don't need a cat in the field. You don't need a cat anywhere near the field. Let's hope that they can embrace that inner dog for these last 10 or so minutes. Because as you saw, Scott, it's a lot of the simple things that they aren't doing well, just showing up and making a tackle, just showing up and putting a body in front of a body. You don't need to be a 4-year, 5-year, 10-year veteran of rugby to do these type of skills. You just need to put your body in the way and make a tackle.
No skill involved there, just the skill, the decision to commit. So we're going to have a reset here. Owen O'Callahan will reset the ball for the Toreros. Looking for a cheeky move here. There's probably a lot of space here, Kevin. Looks like the 15 to 20-yard pocket.
Yeah, see if any USD players, want to get aggressive and attack those pockets of space. Haven't seen a lot of aggression, unfortunately, in the second half.
We have a question in the comments there, Kev. Oh, we have a whistle by the sir. Ill-advised. What do we have, offsides?
Maybe offsides from the kick.
I'd like to see a little more flow at this point of the game, maybe, Kev.
Yeah.
But we have a question in the comments. Is Matt Flynn really the cousin of Christopher Flynn from USD? I don't know who Christopher or Matt Flynn are, but I'm going to say yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. We got the 23andMe.
We have the results here.
We got it.
Actually, no, they just came in via drone on the sideline booth here, Kevin, and I can confirm, yes. Yes, they are both also 12% Icelandic.
Lovely.
So congratulations, friends, family, brothers, and cousins, as it turns out. Shout out to our drone services here by Amazon World Services, providing advanced statistics, next-gen services here on the sideline of Manchester Field.
Yeah, great statistics. We did see Finn McCarthy reach a top speed of 34 miles per hour in that last rundown, charted by, as you said, Amazon World Services. So, pretty.
Might have been kilometers per hour or per minute. I'm not sure. All right, but the Toreros are back here on defense as we have a strong punishing run by the Kingsman hooker, spinning out of a couple tackles here as we have the Toreros back in their heels trying to defend this. Kingsmen are reloaded for another phase of attack. Their pod is set up. Their pod is aggressive. The USD defense is not coming up. They're just, I think, just a little shell-shocked.
Yeah, this team is second side has not had a loss so far this season. So I think that this is great for these players to experience, be on the rock side of the scoreboard, absorbing pressure and how they respond.
Sir's called a knock there. It might have bounced before the knock. But fortunately for the Toreros, it's going to be a put in the scrum. Shen's going to feed the ball in once more, see if the Toreros can get out of their own half. Form some threatening
run down USD, Scotty. What do you think here? I think maybe something. Let's see something in the back line, Scotty. That would be my preference. I think the forwards have been slogging it up both sides back and forth. We haven't seen a whole lot of expansive rugby from either team in regards to passing the ball out to the edges, to the wings. Let's see if maybe Owen O'Callahan has something up his sleeve, something that maybe the Cal Lutheran players might not be expecting.
Some substitutes here for the Toreros on the wing, Kevin, as well as the center. George is in the game, as you might have mentioned earlier, but we have a new winger in as well, Kevin.
Yeah, I believe that's Brian Mendoza in his very first action for USD, and I think perhaps against better judgment, I think Owen O'Callaghan might be drawn up a play where he might be looping around to this strong side to get the ball.
Let's see what happens here. Good strong push here,
Doesn't
and a
matter.
weak side 8-man pick by Luca. Brought down to the tackle, released as he likes to do. Drops the ball, collects it legally for himself. Strong seal by Owen O'Callahan. Tommy Frey's looking for support as he's running in, absorbs a hard tackle, and just sees a little bit of a difficult form of abuse on his own. But fortunately for the Toreros, fortunately for the Toreros, Kingsman was found to be offsides. Quick tap was attempted by Shen, however, he was not tapping from the mark. Sir's going to bring it back. Here's Hunter Thompson here, trying to avoid a hit, but really a strong attack there by number 19. I don't know who that was, but great effort there to bring down a bigger man. We have a winger here. Gang tackle by 3 Kingsmen. Cal Lutheran just dictating the level of aggressive physical play here in the second half.
Playing very physical, particularly love to see some of these substitutes from Cal Lutheran just coming out firing in the second half. Lots of space to the right now if we get the ball to Gavin Saville, but we have a loose ball.
Not released by the tackling Cal Lutheran player, but Toreros are kind of looking down and just trying to make sure that they still have all their body parts intact. Just learning just how physical the game of rugby can be. Shen's trying to go quick again, but I mean, come on. We're out of sorts here. A quick little nudging kick by Luca Diaparezin. Gavin Mills ready to make the tackle and does
that's
well
going to be USD ball because that ball just sat up in a very cruel way for the hooker Arturo. That ball didn't go 5. That's extremely illegal.
Sir's doing a great job out here today, isn't he, Kev?
Yeah, controlling the game well. As you're talking about, though, Arturo on the edge was hoping, praying that ball would roll out of bounds, but unfortunately it just sat up right on the edge. He tried to pick it up and got kind of hit just as he went to pick it up. Very tough play for him to deal with, and we have a USD line-out put in, which is probably the last thing that they would want at this stage in the game. The lineouts have been just very, very tough area for the team to do.
Might be a good strategy for the Kingsmen to pick up the ball and just run directly into touch from here on out.
Correct. Much like you know, when you're playing the Mud Dogs, you just want to punt the ball away, make them play offense, you know, to just get away from their greatest strength.
No, Kevin, it's brilliant. They're keeping the water boy on the sideline. Okay, Gavin here is in the backsline here, trying to get something going for the Toreros. Unfortunately, it looks like he's been in a precarious situation where he has been held into contact with the ball, not releasing it. It is the Kingsman ball back in the penalty area, but shifted back. We just have an absolute rodeo going on here, don't we, Kev?
Yes, we had a quick tap there from Kalu 10, Jackson Petty. USD not back 10 when they advanced to tackle him, and looks like they again are about 1 or 2 meters back, which is less than 10, Scotty, if you were keeping track from our counting from the first game. Let's see if they can react and be back 10.
Don't have Hall of Fame engineer TJ Reed in the booth with us, but I think that is right. The Toreros are back 10. The tap is taken by Jackson. Dished off to their hooker with a strong, piercing run through a couple of USD Rugby Toreros. And the ball is on. Much to the disgust of the touch judge here, Kevin. Near side touch judge just can't even stomach what he's seeing.
Yeah, they're off at 1.
Kingsman just being able to knife through the defense of the Toreros, are shoveling it back here in an offload. Maybe not needed, but we're shuffling around. We're showing we're going. And now we're giving the ball up. A good offload there by Jackson to the outside center. Brought down there to the tackle and a good supporting ruck to retain possession. Ball spun out for another next phase of attack. Given out to the wing for the Kingsmen. Nice little spinorama and given into the try zone. And we have the 5th try for the Kingsmen here, Kevin.
I believe that's got to be the 6th try, right, Scotty? Yeah, it's going to be the 6th
6th try, excuse me.
That's going to take the score to 38-0 in favor of Cal Lutheran. Tough touchline conversion coming here. Would be very impressed if 10 Jackson Petty can convert this one.
Jackson Petty lined up.
I apologize. I believe this is actually the 7th try for Cal Lutheran. I think we have a 43-0 score at this point.
Petty's conversion attempt will fall a bit short, but it was online, so the flags will stay down. The scoreline will stay where it is.
Yeah, 10 minutes left for USD. Again, need them to play with a little bit of possession. They've had sparks, Scotty. They've had bright moments, but just cannot string a couple things together, and just an ugly showing all around for USD, encapsulated and punctuated by a strong performance from Cal Lutheran.
Right, Jar, a little bit of frustration from the Toreros here. Not really pleased with the level of play they've shown us this afternoon. But this is the process of growth and learning.
Absolutely.
Non-linear.
It's always going to be sunshines and happiness here, even if you're in San Diego. Shenton with a drop kick to his right. Lutheran receiver kind of lays away from it kind of wisely. Didn't want to knock it on or didn't want to be offsides. He just kind of stepped out of it as we have a set play here, perhaps from the Kingsmen. Going down, protecting the ball back, building a good foundation of a positive ruckus. Jackson Petty sends the ball down deep over the heads of the wing and the forward. Find some space. Need to find. Did not touch it, says Finnegan McCarthy, trying to appease the touch judge, but I think it might have been touched. Did not go within the 22, so I believe that's not a 50-22 situation, Kevin, if I am understanding the rule of this game correctly. The rule of this game that I've been observing for at least 13 years.
No, very close to being so. Really good exit from Cal Lutheran either way. And as we mentioned earlier, this USD lineout is not functioning, so it's not too much of a downside, I don't think, for Cal Lutheran that it's not there put in.
Right on cue. The lineout gets to, was it knocked? The lineout gets to the back line of the Toreros. Brought into contact. Good seal there, but the Kingsmen are here ready to defend and blitz up on defense as they've been doing all morning and afternoon. Just putting a lot of pressure on the Toreros, and the Toreros have not been able to match that pressure just yet. But here we are. It's a penalty to the Kingsmen for holding on. Kingsmen are ready to punch this ball in just once more. Jackson Petty's held into the tackle. We're going to have a second penalty, perhaps a card for not being back 10. Just say, hey, get back 10. They're probably going to be back at their heels on the try line at this point. No more space in the field to go. Kingsmen are trying to punch this ball in just one more time. We're going to have a quick tap here in the middle of the field. It's very difficult to defend for the Toreros, but you need to make this first tackle. Whoever you are, you need to make this tackle. Keep them out of the try zone. A pick, a go. And he is held up is the signal from the referee.
Goal line drop by USD. Would love to see them just kick this ball deep right now while there's nobody back. But a little bit of indecision. Looks like they're going to let Cal Lutheran reset.
Toreros are electing to take this ball slowly and get set themselves. Get behind the kicker, Owen O'Callahan. He's looking around. He's gauging left side, right side, left side, right side. Here it goes. He's going right. Up tall. Taken very well by the 13 for Cal Lutheran. He's been very skillful all afternoon. Going down into contact, absorbing a lot of defenders from the Toreros. Spun out by 9. We're playing on here. Edging ever closer to the try line. Do they have what it takes? It's a pick here, held up nicely by the defense of the Toreros. Very, very difficult for me to see who's who at that part of the field, at this part of the game. But we're reloaded here. I believe that's the hooker for the Kingsmen, taking the ball back again. Spun out by 9 to Jackson Petty. Out to the first winger, and unfortunately knocked and picked up by George Humna. He needs to find ground here. He's held up. He's not making yards. He's going to lose the ball. He's lost the ball. Has it been poached? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are we poaching it? Thank you. Sir's kind of waiting for something to happen. We're all standing around looking at the ball here, and it's been knocked.
Yeah, that was a great. The ref there just letting them play. You guys figure it out. I don't know what's going on in there. There's 80 of you guys in there. I don't know.
Yeah, there's 30 of you on the field. There's one of me.
When do you take it and run in a direction, and we'll find out what happens.
It's been overall very good refereeing by the cert today. I don't know his name, but I think it was Jeffrey.
I think it was Randy Williamson.
Might have been Randy.
In the middle here, as we've had several times at Manchester Field, as well as his extended family members. But let's see, USD here, we have, again, a big gap on the weak side that Luca De Cruz has been enjoying as he's come in and played 8-man in the second half. So let's see if he might want to pick and go on that side. Let's have a discussion with Joey Shenton about which way they might be wanting to attack.
Ball is fed in by Shenton, collected by Shenton in the back of the scrum, given to Oina Callahan. distributed out on the strong side to the backs, looped around, and given again. Defender does well to defend 2 offensive players. Trying to avoid touch.
Lots of players stopping, seeming to think that there's a whistle, but the play is going on.
There's some batting practice going on either by baseball or softball out here, Kevin. I'm hearing the ping of aluminum bats.
Correct. I believe the USD baseball team is doing some batting practice, so that is sounding very similar to a referee's whistle, which you could certainly excuse the boys for being a little confused.
Here comes big old Mac Johnson on a carry. Held up by a number of strong and driven back by the Kingsmen. Recycled by Joey Shen and shipped ahead by Ono Callahan. Here comes the counterattack. A good kind of gripping tackle, desperate tackle by Joey Varco as the Kingsmen are going to ground and looking to regather. Here's the 9 with a little show, a little go. Breaking some tackles, going to ground. Building on a couple phases here are the Kingsmen. Good aggressive defense there by Gavin Sable. Here comes Jackson Petty to distribute the ball. Looking to dish it wide to his hooker. They've been an effective combo all afternoon. Good aggressive defense here by the Toreros to see if they can keep them out of the try zone. Nice hard looping run by the 8. Looking to find the sideline. Can't beat him around to the edge. Being instructed to go down. Here comes the flanker with another nice spin. Knocked, unfortunately, by the boys in purple. Here's the scrum advantage. I don't know if it's been given.
I think he might have missed the knock, but
play on.
USD was offside, so we're going to
play on. We're going to play on.
I think we have penalty advantage for Cal Lu here.
I see. Cal Lutheran playing with the penalty advantage. Everybody must stay onside in the great sport of rugby. A nice little ship kick given out into the try zone. Who's going to get on it first? It's going to be Alex Lim.
That's, I think it's Brian Mendoza in the game.
Excuse
Alex
me.
Lim has been subbed out. Again, let's see if USD can just take this kick now instead of waiting and letting the opposition get set.
From a distance, does look like Alex Lim, although he's been kind of compressed a little shorter than Alex Lim. But it's not Alex Lim, it's Brendan Mendoza. Thank you, Kevin, for your
Brendan Mendoza, yeah, first game for USD. That's a knock there.
Apologies to Brendan. Do we have a final whistle?
I think we do have a final whistle here at Manchester Field.
We do.
What do we have, a final score of 43-0, Scotty?
Unfortunately for the Toreros, not really able to put any offense together in the B-side matchup versus this stout Cal Lutheran effort, aggressive Cal Lutheran Kingsman effort. Credit to the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen coming down to Manchester Field this afternoon, this thing from the weather. Strong developmental effort by the B-side for USD Toreros, but Cal Lutheran, take nothing away from them. Good credit, good win. So as we're wrapping up here, Kevin, the USDA side progresses to 3-0 on the season campaign for their league with a convincing 97-0 victory, shortened victory over the UCSD Tritons. B-side unable to continue that versus the Cal Lutheran University Kingsmen. Final score of 43-0. But good development for everybody and a great day for rugby and therefore the world.
Right, you are, Scotty. We'll be back on Manchester Field March 18th for another doubleheader. A-side playing Norco College in league action and B-side competing against LMU. Again, this B-side will be tested again, playing a first team from another school. So look for this team to rebound and playing again some strong opposition. And that'll be it, Scotty, from the TVX broadcast booth. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay dry.
For Kevin Eden, I'm Scott Thomas. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, TVX Sports. See you next time.